J Squad.
We gotta find now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Yes, it should be a fun little debate here. I think that's going on. I mean, it's not even really a debate. It's two guys talking about a post. But I'm going to go ahead, so they're just not hanging out waiting in the waiting room. I'm going to go ahead and pull them in. Let me get over here to my side of it. We'll go ahead and pull them in, and we'll go ahead and get this started. and figure out what's going on here. Doot, doot, doot.
The pool. Okay, are
Welcome,
you
boys.
back?
Welcome, boys. Yes.
Okay. Did you fall and can't get up? Is this like a
I play my
Matlock
music
moment?
beforehand. I always play my music beforehand.
Okay.
Oh,
And I had to
I
go
didn't
to the
realize you were.
potty.
I didn't realize you were getting ready for stream.
My bad. I
Yeah.
should have explained that better. Yeah, I was just about to start it up. So
No worries.
Yeah, we're all
right.
streaming. You got the most viewers, Himpleton.
well, yeah.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Right.
It really doesn't. The fact should matter. So let's bring up the tweet, okay, for everyone in the, well.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and bring up the tweet here that were in question. If you weren't around, Himpleton came on, was it Wednesday? No, you came on Monday.
Thank you,
And talked about this particular post that we had on here. I'll go ahead and read it out. So this Denial Torres really seems to hate morale. And a lot of you guys.
Oh God, that person is rather unhinged.
Yeah.
Like
So-
most of the people in the commentary. I'm not gonna vouch for their sanity. I don't know if they're star-based or not. Can you tell Nuts to send me the information? He was like, "Oh, come on stream and talk about it." I was like, "Yeah, send me the information so I can go over it."
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like,
tell him to.
Yeah,
I know.
I
said to Wargaming earlier that I'm not really gonna necessarily like. There was circumstantial evidence for it, but at this point,
understand you want
I
to
don't feel like
pursue that.
there's. No. Let me finish what I'm saying.
No,
you
sorry.
can understand.
Okay,
You're fine.
yes.
But so there is circumstantial evidence to indicate that he is that is star-based, but at the same time, the evidence isn't direct enough for me to like stake a full-on claim for it. But it was funny rage baiting Denal for a little bit.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
All right. So the one we have here is Morale and Himpleton expose the ultimate commentary fraud hoarding CSAM. That's a pretty visceral statement. And then it goes in, Morale is a degenerate failed streamer who has been canceled 4 times and forced to rebrand. He poses as a moral gatekeeper. This is an interesting one because I don't know that I've ever considered him a moral gatekeeper.
Yeah.
While hiding his own gross interactions with underage girls. His partner Himpleton routinely dresses up like a total psychopath.
Yeah.
Partner is hilarious.
I find that weird. Yeah.
We
I told
all
him
celebrating
today
a lot
that
in
he
Pride
fucked
Pride
you
Month.
over.
I don't know
sure,
y'all's relationship, but we'll talk about that here. He screams unhinged garbage like it's rape time. Okay. On stream and is a known toxic doxer. Have you ever doxed anybody, Himpleton?
I have never doxed anyone. No.
Okay.
I've never doxed anyone.
I haven't seen Himpleton dox anyone. Okay.
And I'm also not a CSAM hoarder, for the record.
Oh wait, yeah.
No,
I kind of figured that went down. So
even Morale's a CSAM hoarder. I mean, he has questionable taste. He has a personality that it's questionable, but there's no evidence for it.
Yeah. The rest of this is basically saying that I guess there was a Himpleton video made by Slime Beast that was claimed to be fabricated, but Slime Beast, I guess, dragged y'all over the internet and proved it wrong. And that Morale admitted that he didn't watch the video, right? I've gone through all of these tweets over this so far and the videos in it, and it doesn't really show much for me personally.
Yep,
especially the CSAM stuff.
Would you like me to kind of explain the old Slime Beast thing that was at this point is
I do
almost 2 years old?
Yeah.
Would you like me explain what happened there? Okay, great. So essentially, Slime Beast came to me and showed me a video that he was making on my at the time good friend Morale. And Morale and I are friends now. We just aren't as close as we were. So Slime Beast comes to me and shows me this video, and it was a very unhinged video where towards the end it essentially pedo jackets Morale. It makes him sound like he's like,
I
essentially
disagree.
a pedophile.
I disagree. By the way, okay. Go on.
Thank you for the interruption.
Let him finish. We'll focus on that later.
Thank you. So anyways, I felt like it pedo jacketed Morale, and I felt like it was pretty disingenuous. And so as a result, I took the video and I showed it to Morale because obviously I was not a fan of the way that it was going. Now, in retrospect, right, the way that I did it was probably like pretty jumping the gun ish, and I could have, like Slime Beast and I talked about this at a later date. And I did admit that I could have just like talked to him about it and been like, I feel like you're framing this terribly. But at the same time, it was a thing to me where I felt like, someone was about to disingenuously accuse one of my friends. And so I brought the video to Morale and it just kind of blew up from there. And Slime Beast called me a snake for that. And it just sparked this whole other drama that happened, again, like almost 2 years ago. Yep.
Okay. So
2 years ago.
So this whole thing is from 2 years ago, or is this?
Yep.
That's crazy.
The Slime Beast stuff is. The Slime Beast stuff is. Yep.
Okay. So with
just
that, the
bringing
reason
up old drama that's been settled.
Gotcha. So with that
Here,
being
let
said,
let me read my DM at least.
Yes.
Okay, give my own voice to it. Okay, let me bring it back up. Bring back up the energy. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I was in one of. I need a grammar check, but one of these calls, Romeo, one of H's mods, asked for some backup in trying to look into a weirdo. I go in to present what I know about this map defender. Someone was bored by this. Morale started fighting with slime beasts, and I just sort of left the call after a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's the message that's in question.
Okay.
What is your major problem with it, Himpleton?
Yep. Yeah. More than happy to explain. So essentially my, and this started out as a what I would call probably like a minor annoyance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because to me it's a principal issue. It's a principal issue where, there are these very, very weighty accusations in this tweet. Hoarding CSAM. I'm a known toxic doxer, right? And
I can
by
explain
responding,
that I was reacting.
So
Okay,
I'd like to be able
finish.
to talk. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. So anyways, by responding to this and not like questioning any of this whatsoever, and just kind of like saying something that does verify part of the claims that is in here by like saying I was in one of these calls in a vague sort of way, it to me is a cosign of what Denal is saying. Now, here's my thing. If you want to like talk trash about me, I don't give a fuck. That's totally fine. You can do so on your own platform. You can do so on your own tweets. You can do whatever you want, just about in terms of stuff like that. But when you do this, where you are essentially just signal boosting this tweet, and you are not, refusing anything that was said here, and instead you are affirming part of the narrative, to me, that is a co-signing of these claims. And I even said to Vincent here, because again, this is sheerly out of principle. I'm not a fan of Vincent. I find Vincent to be a schizophrenic loser, right? But
which I find ironic. It's hilarious.
Despite that, if someone were to say that Vincent was a child diddling pedophile, or if they were to say that he hoards CSAM, or if they were to say that he's a doxing freak, okay, if I even was going to respond to it, the fact of the matter is I probably wouldn't respond to it at all. But if I was going to respond to it, I'd be like, you need proof for such hefty claims. That's insane to say. Like, that's very unfair. But, I do know that he's a little bit of a schizo, right? If I was going to respond to it. Now, I probably just wouldn't even respond at all. But if I was going to, that's what I would say, right? So for me, it's a principle thing. I think that it is, it's a bit disingenuous and a bit of a like double standard because, Vincent is somebody that imposes these standards of like, he's the guy who like calls out the bad stuff within new commentary. I mean, you even kind of said
where do I do this?
Whoa. Wait.
He's going on for a whole little monologue.
I know. We'll let it.
Very Sephiroth posting. Go on. Sorry, I'll be quiet.
I'm Sephiroth posting. I'm speaking very calmly,
right.
Vincent.
How about this?
Are you gonna make a little anime short about this after? What are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, that's years ago, dude.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
well, you talked about what I did years ago.
You're saying that Himpleton or Vincent is a he talks about and I would say you do, right, Vincent? You do.
Right. Yeah, he talks about new commentary. He talks about how he
that.
doesn't like, how he doesn't like the standards within
criticism.
new commentary.
Yep.
Is that not what I'm saying? Are you misunderstanding me in some way? Because that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So sounds like you're jumping the gun a little bit there. But yeah, that's what I was saying. And and I find it to be a bit of a hypocrisy when he's going to do stuff like that. And at the same time, he's essentially co-signing these claims here. I think that's a bit of a hypocrisy. I think it's a little silly.
All right. So Vincent, what do you think? Like, do you think it's...
Let me first explain what I'm actually responding to.
Okay.
It's about 15 seconds into the video. I'm not even, this is one of his AI,
Okay, this is not the
Denton's
winning
little
round.
stupid AI breakdowns of an actual video.
Politics?
Okay.
Mhm.
That's what I saw it as. I'm reacting to this video around
around 15 seconds, you said?
okay, yeah.
Me and a minor from politics?
Okay, sorry. I was listening on my end just to make sure I have the right time
Yeah, I don't know what he's
marker.
talking
It's a
about.
little bit further.
Doobie, do you want to
He
shoot me?
just-
It's probably about
now
a
you're
minute
asking
and,
Wait, look.
Minor on
a minute and 10 seconds is what I'm actually responding to.
Okay. All right.
And I'll admit
Politics
to
server
being a vague poster.
that I'm
let's listen to
DMing.
it.
Okay,
And
and
you know
it
what,
can
minor?
come off as schizo.
Okay.
I'll put it on my end. Ah, shit. Okay. Seems Dickers is fucking saying I'm 10 decibels lower. Is that almost stream though?
Dickers is in your
Not
chat?
for me.
Huh. Yeah, you sound fine to me.
Yeah, I have not actually. Okay, I might have to put up mine. Yeah. Okay. And I also have music on still. I should actually lose that or at least put it to the bare minimum.
Dickers, you can just watch
Okay.
my version if you want like a
Yeah.
normal balanced
Yeah.
version. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a loser, Dickers. Okay. Why are you watching?
All right.
I don't know.
So let's listen to this. I'm going to play it on our side. Let's listen to this clip from 710, and then you can explain your side of it, right?
minor
Okay.
on politics server that I'm DMing.
Well, shouldn't
And
you know
what's
what
even
minor
worse-
you were
Okay,
DMing?
110.
No, because I'm confused. If I was
Okay,
DMing a
apparently you just
minor,
DM'd them
Doobie
high.
knew about
I don't
it.
give a
He
fuck.
never confronted me.
Probably
Oh,
just DM them
you know what
high.
you know what I can do? What I should have probably done? Jesus Christ, really? Is I didn't share it with y'all in the Discord.
Yeah, it would be great if
Yeah.
you could.
Yeah.
I will say.
Just call me. I
I'm-
never remember to do that, so just call me a retard
Yeah.
and say, "Hey,
Well-
man, I can't hear shit."
How many? Did you get
There you go, sharing screen.
unmute yourself from your good?
Okay, listen.
That I'm
Tired.
DMing.
Well, shouldn't
And
you
it was
know
even,
what?
like
Mhm.
minor.
This is
No,
the-
not
this is
that
not the
clip.
video.
That's the quote tweet.
Oh, this
have
is
to go back.
this is the quote to you. Oh, this one right here. I see. I'm
It's that
sorry.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's
You
a
said
little bit
about a 1
further
minute.
than 1 minute.
Points.
Go 1 minute, 20 seconds.
1 minute 20 seconds. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I remember watching.
So he has
this.
a total mind fart and forgets that I was the one who did that, and he thinks that I don't know what the video is, and I don't know who Nyanners is, and all this shit. So yeah, he just starts yelling and screaming and yelling and screaming, and he poses this thing where he's like, "I have a question for you, Slime Beast. Admit I'm right and apologize." And it's like, no. And he's like, "Well, I'll keep repeating myself," and just very, very unproductive. Himpleton not doing a fucking lick of moderating. The Minute Morale inappropriate stuff involving children. Nothing explicit, but you watch this Lolicon video. Do you think it's okay to look at Lolicon or, inappropriate content?
Is that enough
Okay,
context? 'Cause
okay,
I
that's
think we talked
more
about
than
that.
enough.
I was about to say.
yeah,
All
it's-
right.
Great.
Sorry, I was
explain.
about to cut you off. I was checking things myself. Yeah, it's basically that. I was in one of these calls, and that's what the DMs are for, to back up the fact that Romeo asked me to come in to back him up because he presented. How many times did he present you stories, Himpleton? I know he, in his own Discord, he had 2 people he poached off of me. I'm sure he got a couple of other people, like Dane, actual fandom, the guy who got in a debate with fucking Nerdette. Actually, she got. I have a video on it. It's not the place
we're-
for it.
yeah,
but
We're getting a little
he
lost.
was,
in the weeds
we
here,
are-
Vincent.
hey, so
we're getting
here-
pretty lost in the weeds here.
So what you're saying,
Yes.
you're just so we all get it down. What you're saying is that your comment is just specifically on this little 15 seconds of the clip, right?
Yes. Yeah, just for clarification. Okay. I'm not the best at that. I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, with that, why would my question would be, why would you post anything at all, right? Because Himpleton's claim
Because I
right
can.
now.
It's
Okay,
just
it's not about you
simply
can,
I
but
see this and I see the video and I'm like, whoa, I remember those
Because
calls.
I can.
Yeah,
well, what I'm
pretty
saying
much.
is,
it's true.
okay, hey,
It's at least true.
what
Let the
Himpleton's
guy
claiming,
who's hosting talk. How about that?
what Himpleton's claiming
Go ahead,
is
Morgan.
you saying this without giving any cosign about,
Or without correcting anything.
yeah, without correcting anything. Like you're cosigning this because in here you're just saying like, oh well, this 15 seconds that I was in,
As if
you know,
anyone's able to know that.
right. So it really
yeah.
like, so from his point of view and from a lot of other points of view, I would guess, is that, yeah, you know, they're huge CSAM supporters, and I was in one of these calls with Romeo, you know,
Oh,
was his mod,
God.
right?
It's a psychotic leap in logic. I'm sure people in commentary can jump to it. Okay.
Is it though?
I'm sure there are some. Yes. Okay.
This guy, man. Welcome to Vincent Martin, man. Welcome. To Vincent.
Welcome
I've
to
known
the
Vincent for a
tism
little
of
while now.
commentary.
It's not the
Okay.
tism.
No, I
like,
know. I'm
Commentary build.
I know.
Okay,
I'm just saying, like, when he's in a situation like
not
this, this is
just-
the way he's gonna be.
okay, calm down. Listen,
Okay, bring up my tweet.
I'm
Okay.
calm. I'm just.
tell me
letting
how
you know.
it is a tell me how it's a great leap of logic, right? Did you read the
It's a
you've
great
read the
leap
tweet,
in
of
logic.
course.
Okay. Let's take a look at it in concession.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out. He's basically doing a breakdown of this video. Oh God, it's
Denial
you
is
want you want me to be very specific in every tweet when I just scroll through.
Denal, wait, so Vincent, just real quick. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but just to correct you here, the first 3 paragraphs are not a summary whatsoever. The first 3 paragraphs are saying, I hoard CSAM, I'm a known toxic doxer. And then the last 3 paragraphs, which not as many people read, to be clear,
No,
is
he
about
doesn't
Slime
say
Beast.
that about you.
what
He
is
says
this?
that about morale. Okay, he says
No,
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 no, no,
they say,
no.
no,
I'll
Vincent,
read it.
Vincent,
I'll read it. I'll read
yeah,
it.
thank you, Wargaming. Thank you, Wargaming. Sorry.
Morale and Himpleton exposed the ultimate commentary frauds hoarding CSAM. So that's both of them. And then the third paragraph, or I guess the second paragraph from the entrance, his partner Himpleton routinely dresses like a psychopath. He screams unhinged garbage like it's fucking rape time, which is probably true and a little based, on stream, and is a known toxic doxer. So he's specifically talking about Himpleton here, and he's saying that Himpleton also is hoarding CSAM with morale.
Correct.
Okay, I can see how someone could see that. I think.
Well, it's not that someone can see that. That's what it is, Vincent.
It's not what it is. It's the interpretation of an ultra autistic motherfucker. That is
how
what
else
it
can
is.
you interpret? Wait, real quick. How else can you interpret? Excuse me, hold on. How else can you interpret Morale and Himpleton exposed the ultimate commentary frauds, plural, meaning both, hoarding CSAM, and also saying his partner Himpleton, specifically talking about me, is a known toxic doxer. How else could you interpret that, Vincent?
How else can I interpret that? I can interpret it as other people could see the video and would go over the video because it would make more sense in context that I would be talking about the video.
Okay, but all right. Well, let's think of the world as like a whole, is what I'm saying, Vincent. I'm not trying to just be banging on to you, but you know the phenomenon where people just read the title, right?
Okay. And I don't know how my comment could relate to the title at all. Okay. That is a huge leap in logic. How does I was in one of these calls relate to hoarded? That would actually implicate me for the CSAM. And how would CSAM be in one of the calls, for Christ's sakes?
No,
if we're really getting into the nitty gritty of this, clearly, if you actually read, of course, commentary fucking reads into everything. Romeo, what do you think you would assume if you read my comment in good faith? What do you Would you think I'm talking about what Denton's talking about up here,
Well,
or the video?
I would think.
I would think that you're talking about the whole thing, buddy.
Yeah.
Why would you assume that?
Shockingly enough, you're responding to the whole tweet. What you could have done if you wanted to is like respond to just the video. You can do a function within quote tweeting where you only post the video and just say, I was in one of these calls. You could do that if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, I could. I need to do better, Himpleton. You're absolutely right. I've learned my way. Okay.
And
In fact, I will start pushing back on Denton. I did a little bit today.
Well,
Okay.
I don't care.
Well-
It's not that I care that you push back on Denal. First of all, it's Denal.
No, I'm not.
Second of all,
I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself.
I'm not
You're
saying
right.
that you're doing it for
Okay.
me, but I'm just being clear here that it's not about you pushing back on Denal. It's about the fact that, again, like you responded to this, you are essentially co-signing what is being said here, right? And you do not push back on any of the like falsehoods that are presented here. And it makes it sound like you are co-signing what is being said in the tweet. And any normal person is going to look at that and assume that that's what's happening.
No. Normal people don't look at the world like that. Commentary people look at it. I'll agree with you there.
Wargaming Dad,
Okay.
normal
Listen.
person who is not like a
he's not
commentary
normal.
guy.
He's
Okay,
not
so is he a
normal.
commentary
All right.
guy? Is he
Okay.
a commentary guy to you?
Yes, he is. He's constantly
Okay.
being like, I love morale. He's a complete degenerate. Dickers
What
is
if
cool,
I
but I
hold
wouldn't-
on?
yeah, I mean,
I do say I like
morale.
morale, right? But that doesn't make me a commentary, bro.
Yeah,
No. You
So
dip your
here's the thing.
toes and a little
It-
bit of everything.
I think you're letting yourself get caught up in this. Like when you post a tweet, when you comment under a tweet, you're commenting the entire tweet, right? You're assuming that you have read the entire tweet and that you are making your dog shit opinion on that tweet, whatever it is. In this case, the very first half of this tweet is about him having CSAM and being a doxer and this horrible person. And then the second half
but
is about
anyone
slime
with a
beast.
brain, anyone with a brain who read my comment would realize I'm not talking about the comment. I'm
But
talking about
you-
something.
They would
with
assume that
the
you're talking
video.
about the whole tweet, Vincent. They don't think that you're just talking
Even-
about one select part in the
Yeah,
video.
You're
Even-
making an assertion, okay? Appeal to a fucking authority.
No, I'm making it. You know what I'm doing? No, Vincent. Hey,
Hold on.
Vincent. You know what I'm doing? I'm making a priori logic, which means that it's obvious on its face. Okay, I know that I probably had to explain that to you, but it means it's obvious on its face.
So
Obvious.
It is.
listen,
Okay.
It's a
Got it.
priori knowledge.
It's not.
It's a priori knowledge that when you respond to a fucking tweet, you're probably responding to the whole tweet.
Let's put it
actually,
this
like,
way.
troglodyte,
Oh,
calm
right?
down, everybody.
Autism of commentary.
So
Got it.
so let's assume that a smart individual can see that what you're talking about is that specific bottom half portion, right? You're also not talking about something, then that is very obvious in the situation. You're not saying, hey, I know Himpleton, he's not a CSAM, enjoyer, he's not, this is obviously bad information. You're keeping that silent almost as like an implication. And then
Correct.
the rest of the tweet, you're talking about
Silence
the
is
cause of them
violence.
going into, right? You can say things without saying things, or you can imply things without saying things, right?
Yes, but why assume? People are applying things.
Because that's what
Why
people
jump to
do.
that?
They assume. Normal
Yeah,
people especially.
You're right. And
Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the 5.
I'm not sure about that. Normal people. But I can say maybe some normal people would read that deeply into it. I just sort of doubt it. I doubt they would even fucking.
Well, where are these normal
Watch
people
what
that we can
fucking
find,
denial.
Vincent? Because you're relying. See, what you're doing is you're relying on these faceless.
I'm giving you a
nameless-
concession.
Hold on.
I'm
Hold on. I'm
giving
gonna.
you-
I'm gonna
no,
talk
no,
for a
no,
second.
no, no,
I'm gonna
no.
talk for a second.
I'm
Wait,
giving
let
you
him
a
I'm gonna talk
finish.
for a
Let
second,
him
Vincent.
finish, and then I'll let
Vincent,
you
I'm
finish.
gonna finish my
giving you a
sentence.
concession.
Vincent,
I'm giving
you
you
love
a
to interrupt
concession
people.
that,
I'm gonna
yes,
finish my
some normal
sentence.
people. Go
Vincent,
on.
I'm going to go ahead and thank you. So you continuously say that you don't think that normal people would ever read that much into it, which I think that they would, because I find the normal person to, have at least enough discernment to figure that out. But I'm not able to refer to anyone, with a name or a face, because you'll just call them commentary people. Vincent, can you offer us a normal person? I don't know. How can we find a normal person who can evaluate this so we can figure out if your claim is true? Because you're making a
can
claim
we-
there.
Yeah, and you're also making a claim.
I know. So
you're making
I'm more than happy to show you.
Hold on.
I'm more than
Vincent
happy.
talk.
No,
Himpleton,
I'm willing to
Himpleton,
make-
let
All right,
Vincent
all right,
talk.
I'm willing to
all right,
make
all right.
the concession that some normal people would look into this. Would normal people even fucking follow Denton or take him anywhat seriously? That's a better question.
Damage
Okay.
Sector said he'll be
No,
our
you know
random
what?
person.
No, You know what? I'm actually very happy that you said that. So now with that presupposition there, essentially what you're saying is the only types of people that would follow Denal are commentary people or are people that look into things too much. So by that logic, you're essentially saying that the average kind of person who is going to look into this is going to see your tweet, because by your own admission,
No,
you
the
say that
average
commentary
person is
people
not
are
going to see my tweet. Okay, my tweets.
No, but I'm saying the type of people that are going to view what
And
you
by
said as a
giving this so
cosign.
much attention, okay, by giving this much attention to this, you're drawing. We got the clarification now. Do you understand why? Okay, I didn't even need to bring the DMs. You agree that what I'm saying is factually true. I don't know if you remember this. I got brought in to do this. Do you at least concede on that? This is
I'm not conceding anything, Vincent, because I never disputed that in the first place.
Okay. It's a really weird roundabout argument.
It's not a weird roundabout argument. It's I've made my argument extremely clear from the very beginning. Wargaming Dad, have I been roundabout or like, back and forth about what I'm saying here? I feel like I've been very clear.
No, it has been pretty specific. It's mostly about the way you do, or it is completely about the way the tweet is written that ignores everything in the tweet that is saying that you're a CSAMer and a doxer, right?
I like that terminology, CSAMer. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Dyslexia helps
that's
out.
Good. No, I like it. I genuinely like it. I think it's funny. I like it.
So Vincent,
Oh?
you said you're conceding on the fact that maybe you should have written it better? Or are we still on like the normal?
Or just not responded to it?
Yeah, that's usually the thing to do. I got an example for you. I got a good example for you that comes in. There was, when I was first starting to get into gaming commentary and I was first starting to become a Smash JT hater, right? There was a post that got flagged out there that said that he was a cuck, that there was pictures of a naked woman on a profile that was changed to look like his, of a cuck website, like selling out your wife. Me, being the hater that I am of Smash JT, still didn't boost that message, right? I don't like Smash JT, but I'm not going to assume that this is just real information. It's funny. If it turns out to be funny, I'll make fun of it. I actually went to him and said, hey, this is where this information's coming from. So either prove it wrong or the rest of us will make fun of you. It's
so basically, okay, go on with your example.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, so there's really only one way you can interpret this, right? Is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, it's pretty clear that it's pretty clear you're only talking about that one situation, but you're doing it on a tweet that is calling him a pedophile and a doxer, right? And not saying something about that speaks volumes about.
Do you see?
That's an implicit cosign, right?
Not.
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree with that. I believe the context of what I had to say actually makes more sense. And anyone with any good faith intention would actually see what I'm saying is just reacting to the actual video. Because not everyone consumes the whole fucking little text, okay? Making that assumption, I think, is a highly flawed logic.
Wait, no, Vincent, I completely agree with you. Not everyone does consume the whole text. What they usually do is read the first lines of a tweet. And guess what the first lines are, Vincent? They're Morale and Himpleton exposed, the ultimate commentary frauds hoarding CSAM. Thanks for agreeing. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you're exactly right, Vincent. They don't usually read the tweet. So yeah, by responding the way that you did, they're probably just going to read the first couple of lines and then they see you.
And how does that relate to my actual comment? You're sort of backtracking on the explicit thing. Okay. You're definitely backtracking.
I'm not backtracking whatsoever. You're not correcting. So
you are
Vincent,
completely ignoring the context.
Vincent, since you are unable to understand my position, let me say it one more time to you. Okay?
I literally
So, let me
understand
just say
your
it one more time.
position. I
Let me just say it one more
disagree with
time.
it.
Hey, buddy.
I
let me just say it
disagree
one more
with your
time.
position, and
Hey, buddy,
I
an
think
adult's
it's a way
talking.
to
An
sort
adult's
of.
hold
talking.
on.
Let me
Hey,
try
both,
one more
calm
time.
down, both of you. Calm down.
let me
You're
try
fine.
it. Let me just I'm going to calmly explain my position one more time, okay?
Yep.
So, as I said, you are implicitly co-signing this by not having any issue with anything that is said in these first 2 paragraphs, regardless of whether your tweet has anything to do with these first 2 paragraphs. You conceded to the fact that what most people pay attention to
No,
is
I did
the
not
first
concede most
text
people.
of a
I'm saying some people. Some
Okay.
people, and
I
definitely
heard
some
most,
people in
but
commentary. Okay. I will concede to some people. Okay. Not
So,
good faith people.
Pennsylvania University did a study. Social media users probably won't read beyond this. It was. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Basically saying that of people on Facebook platforms like Facebook, social media sharing, 47% of people who share political views are based solely on the headlines. When it comes to millennial and Gen Z, up to 74% of young generations frequently skim headlines as their primary method for keeping up with news. So yeah, I mean there is like
And jumping on that, my comment is co-signing is something that some people might jump to the conclusion to, but anyone with half a brain and with any sense of good faith would not do that.
But if we're talking about normal people, if they're a millennial or a zennial, 75% of them.
Null. Okay.
So 75% of people don't have good faith, is what you're saying.
That's a study. What's the sample size? Okay. What is it pertaining to?
Okay.
Oh man, dude, it's a well-known fact that like most people don't read a full tweet, man. You even said it yourself. You literally even said it yourself.
I agree.
Okay.
Do you think they would even read this?
Where's the issue, man?
Right. Well, I mean, no one read this, right? We can go in and say that it had.
I'm agreeing that some people could have that interpretation, and they're fucking idiots or bad faith idiots. It's just like insane to me that I need to tiptoe around this because this guy is just as deranged as a lot of the other people in commentary. You know how many times I get called a pedophile by people in commentary?
That's kind of a little
maybe
off.
I'm just
okay. Look at it this way. I want to flip it around. I want to try and flip it around on you.
Maybe I'm numb.
Go ahead, Wargaming Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, let's flip it around on you. Say, or you say you get called pedophile a lot, right? Say, I don't know,
Dickers did that
in
one of my first
let's use
interactions
Dickers
with him.
So Dickers calls you a pedophile. He says a big thing like this where he says you're hoarding tons of CSAM and that you tried to dox him, right? All untrue things, right? What if I went in below that message and mentioned, like the last paragraph, he mentioned something about how a video that he was in talking to you or something like that. And then I mentioned, hey, I was, in the chats and DMs with Vincent during this call, right? The vast majority of the tweet is based off of you being called a
I actually have a
CSAMmer.
great example of this. I had a chatter make an example of this and they sent it to me. I can send it to your DMs if you'd like.
Yeah. I mean,
it's in your
would
DMs
you
right
not
now if you wouldn't like to pull it up. Because this is literally just exactly what you're talking about.
Wow.
Let's pull it up here. Bum, bum, bum. Oh God.
I'm putting back on the lo-fi music. Sheesh.
Copy image
This
link.
is like just jump.
Vincent Martin exposed for posting CSAM.
Wow, okay.
Where the topic was discussed in call. I learned to ride my bike today. I stole McDonald's. This is a little over the off topic.
It is, but it gets the point. It gets the point,
yeah.
too. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So imagine this came in here and I mentioned how, I was in my DMs talking to him while he was in the middle of Dickers. That's right. Damaged, caught in 4K. Like, would you not feel a way about me not saying something about you being called out for CSAM that I just talked without mentioning it? Right.
Talked around it.
Well, I wouldn't even say anything. I would just say like, I was in DMs with Vincent the other day, and he told me how he hated Dickers or something like that. Something simple. It doesn't have to be
Who
much.
hates Dickers? Who hates Dickers?
The Dickers is completely beside the point. It doesn't matter who I say
dodging.
you're hating. It's
let's
saying
not
that,
dodge.
like, how would you feel if I only mentioned that and didn't address that I know you don't have CSAM?
I'd be fine. It's not worth addressing, in my opinion. Okay.
Okay, buddy. You didn't
No,
just say
maybe-
that.
maybe
didn't you
I
just
am
talk
just
about how a
numb.
bunch of people call you pedophiles?
Yes, and I'm not making a big deal out of it. I'm just like, as I said, maybe I'm desensitized. I'm like, yeah, that's what fucking commentary has watered down the term. The commentary is just desensitized me to being called a pedophile. It doesn't matter. They call almost everyone a pedophile. Jesus Christ. You guys are right. I need an intervention. I'm not affected by people.
Real quick, Vincent. You do know that, like,
I don't see it.
you do know that, like, the DGG crowd does interact a great deal with, like, Denal, right? Like, they
recently,
like,
since he got on it before,
right?
Before
and,
he got
guess
on,
what? No. Real quick. Excuse me.
Hold
Just
on,
real
hold
quick.
on, let
Hey,
him finish
Vincent.
the point he's
I'm not
getting
done
to.
talking. So, anyways, DGG crowd has been interacting with Denal quite a lot recently,
Yeah,
and
he's a
that
useful
tweet was
tool
made.
for them.
Okay, so I'd love to finish my sentence, Vincent. Thank you. That tweet was made within that recent time window of when DGG has been interacting with them. Okay, so I'm being associated with a lot of people who are anti-DGG, which I'm totally fine with. That's totally fine. But, like, because of that, the people who pay attention, the DDG people, there's a chance. It's not a big chance, I'll give you that, but there is certainly a chance that people will try to weaponize that knowledge, right? If they find that out,
Yeah, I
if they
agree.
decide to go
There's
after me.
definitely crazy people on DGG.
Right. So it's
Okay.
not just a thing of, like, oh, some random person said it and it's contained within this void. This is a person who gets interaction from DDG people. And you just acknowledged how crazy they are. So, like, yes.
No, I said there's some people. There's always some people within a certain segment. How
I mean,
much?
right,
How many of them? There's
you're saying
definitely more in commentary.
you're saying-
okay.
Oh, there's more. Wait. There's more
not
crazy people in
there's-
commentary than there are on DGG.
Okay.
Among the shitters, yes. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
there's a
we
lot
all know,
more,
like,
vocal
all right.
crazy
That's
people
in
on
the weeds.
DGG.
That's in the weeds. But my point still stands.
We can't prove
point
it
still stands.
either way. Okay.
Well, my point still stands. My point that has nothing to do with what you're talking about still stands.
okay.
That this isn't just like some random, like, in a small window kind of thing. There is, albeit small, a chance that this, false information could be weaponized against me.
Yeah. There's always a chance of that happening.
Well, there's more of a chance.
Thank you, Wendy Ho. Dickers is already stream sniping me, so if you want to, you can.
Very good. Very good.
So,
Okay.
if you put it this way, like, what he's saying is it increases that chance, right? Now we're talking about, like, DDG,
Increases the
a
chance.
group
Well,
that will dox you, that will, make claims that aren't real and will spread into
life
you're making an
ruination.
assertion there. That's being pushed back. People are pushing him back against that.
Vincent,
Destiny will
Vincent,
dox
you
you if
wait,
you piss them off.
Vincent, you admitted.
Unhinged people. I never said
Yes,
they would
you
dox
also admitted.
anyone.
You also admitted that the DG crowd was interacting with Denal recently, and that tweet
Yes.
was posted within that time window. So
And
again,
there's definitely going to be a group of people who will actually third-party trolls to ignite things between two different factions. It happens commonly.
Okay, but we're
I
not.
don't know what that has to do with anything I just said.
It's an additional factor that's worth considering also.
Thanks,
You
Vincent.
don't think... thanks, H.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't even know what that interaction was.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
here's
either.
the thing,
No
right?
idea.
It's regardless of who's doing what, who's a worse community, none of that shit matters at the point of this. DGG is factually doxed. Yes, Destiny calls on his audience to dox. So that does happen. So if
No, he actually requests for the docs.
okay,
He requested
that's
the docs
That's so
of
much better. That's so much better
Queedman
now.
and J
Yeah,
Stock.
that's so much better.
yes,
Yeah.
and he's
Look, the
asked
point
it on
is-
other
the
people,
point is,
people who
Vincent,
aren't.
Let's take
He
DGG
wants
out
the
of this
docs,
because
so he
you
can
seem
do
to, like,
stuff.
want to semantically
probably
argue
better.
about DGG. So let's take DGG out of this and let's
No,
just
yeah,
say
who brought up
let's just say-
DGG?
Okay,
you
he's
did.
trying to-
Okay?
I know, but you got in the
You
weeds about it,
factored them in.
Vincent. You got in the weeds about it. So
No,
let me make it a little bit easier
you
for you.
brought it
Let me
up,
make it a little bit
okay?
easier for you, Vincent. Excuse me. make it a little bit easier for you. Thank you for the 5 iNut. Thank you for the 5. So again, let me just make it a little easier. We're going to call it Community X. So Community X has been interacting with Denal and has been, increasingly doing so within the time window of this tweet being posted. So again, like that information being put out there and you inadvertently co-signing it does, create a potential risk for me. Correct?
I do not know how. There is a chance that there could be a risk for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's use a community that I think most of us can all agree on. Let's look at something like, because I'm trying to get to the
Wargaming Dad. I don't even know if we need to do that if he admits that there is a risk for me.
There is a certain chance. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So you made that admission. Great. So you're conceding that there is a risk there. So again,
there's always going to be a risk. Okay.
With you not, like correcting that at all, with you not saying any like contrary information to it, and only responding to this very small section, and not clarifying any further, to where people are going to have to kind of hunt for the context a little bit because you didn't do a great job explaining yourself. You even admitted that you vague post, right? Yeah, it does look like a cosign. Yes.
A cosign which someone could clarify, could ask me to clarify. Why does no one ever ask for clarification? Okay.
Because most
people. Why does someone need to ask for clarification?
What I'm referring to.
Why does someone need to ask for clarification?
Why do they don't need to ask for clarification, but if someone wants to know what I really think about this, they would ask. Okay. If they cared about my opinion, they'll be like, do you think this? I would be like, no.
Well, you gave your opinion in the tweet, Vincent. You gave your opinion in the tweet. So
yeah, talking about the video.
So they would assume, and this is not a bad faith assumption, by the way. They would make the assumption that your tweet responding to the tweet is about the tweet.
Or the video that it's included in the tweet. We're just looping now, okay? I can agree. There are going to be some weirdos who will see this and see this as a cosign. I agree. I think those people are fucking just as deranged as a lot of other people out there.
Right, but the larger the larger that tweet gets, right, the more, like, obviously this one didn't go anywhere, but say it blew up all over the internet, and we can say, people in your audience are looking for you for this cosign, for something on it, and they read this tweet. They're going to read, he talked something about the Romeo guy, but he answered this tweet, so he must actually believe he's a pedophile.
Wargaming Dad, I'll even give you Wargaming Dad, I'll even give you like a more specific example here. Let's say, Community X, since we're not naming the community now, let's say Community X decides that they want beef with me because of my associations with other anti-Community X people, okay? And because of that, they go to trusted source, Denal, who has had many pro-Community X tweets in the past that have gone, crazy or whatever. So then they look up my name on Denal's account, and they find that tweet. Right? Yeah. So that's that. And then they see someone, responding and saying they were in one of those calls, right? And they just see, they do the thing that 75% of people do, and they read the first 2 paragraphs, and they're like, okay, so was this guy in call? So this guy's affirming that he was in calls about this guy being a CSAM hoarder and a doxer? Is that what's going on? Is it what? Why would people not ask for clarification if it's that confusing with what the text is? Okay.
Because most people aren't. How many times do you get reached out to about a tweet?
Not much, but there's a thing below you can reply. Okay. Are people just losing the ability to conversate?
A priori. People assume, Vincent, people are going to assume that you were talking about.
I think that's going to be a very small percentage of a small
I completely disagree, and I think that you're going to be hard-pressed. I think you're going to be hard-pressed to find anyone that agrees with you on that. I think the vast majority of people, when you respond to a tweet, think that you're talking about the tweet, Vincent.
Yeah.
And again, you could have just quote tweeted just the video and said that comment, but you didn't. So yes, they're going to assume that you're talking about the tweet.
Okay, I've learned my lesson, Himpleton. Have to be ultra autistic specific in these scenarios.
Well,
Did anyone ask you for clarification, Vincent? Out of curiosity, did anyone ask you for
mitigate
clarification?
Any risk? Okay, because I'm so influential. Got it.
Did anyone ask you for clarification, Vincent? And again, this was always a principal argument. This was always a principal argument. So
okay.
It's not about your influence or anything like that. It's about, again, if I saw a tweet like that and I decided to respond, I would push back against those claims, even if I wanted to make a separate point.
True.
Okay.
It's like you're think about it this way. You're making a claim
you've given me plenty of fucking examples. You've drilled it way down. Okay. I understand the arguments you're making. I just fundamentally disagree that most people would make this assumption. There's going to be a small segment who'll just look past this.
Yeah, I mean, I am with Himpleton, and there's no way to agree that it's a small segment of people. You're just assuming
that doesn't make any sense.
That it's going to be a small segment of people when we
and
could say it's the opposite.
It's a large. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is a lot of there is more data on the side that people read less when it comes to tweets and stuff like that and assume more. I'm not saying that like that out of that 75% that don't only read headlines out of millennials and zennials, that's like the end all be all. Obviously there's going to be differences between someone reading a tweet and someone reading a headline on a news thing, but it still stands that people aren't going to read. I would almost bet I would like to see the numbers on what people. If they're not
going to read further than the headline, what's the chances that they're going to go down and read a tweet as long as mine, reply as long as mine?
Because people see something like Morale and Himpleton exposed for CSAM, they want to go see what other people say about that.
Correct. And Vincent, there's a thing that you have to do with longer tweets where you literally have to press read more, right? So the first part of the tweet is the only part that's visible, and then you also see like replies.
Yeah. So
so
this
my
is what
replies are going to be very limited. Okay. I don't have verification because it's lame. Okay. Well, yeah, I see.
It's not about
so again, this is a principal argument. This isn't about how much reach you have, Vincent.
A principal argument. Understand. Okay. I understand your position on it. The principles is risk mitigation. I just wish other of your peers practice this.
Okay. Well, don't hold me to
I'm not.
My other peers.
Okay.
Then why are you even bringing it up?
As careless because you press your peers on mitigating the risk to other people?
If my peers were co-signing a tweet calling someone a CSAM hoarder and a toxic doxer, and there was no proof around that, and they knew that there was no proof around that, and they knew that the claim wasn't true, then I would absolutely call them on that. Yep.
Okay.
It basically comes down to like
it is a principle that I hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Think before you tweet.
I just think it's an insane standard to hold, but I will try to do better, guys. Okay.
It is. You know what? It is such an insane standard to hold that, like, when somebody talks about someone being a CSAM hoarder and a toxic doxer, that like, if you don't agree with that, you should probably like clarify before you respond to the tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just not respond to the tweet at all. What an insane standard, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So difficult to do, apparently. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So sounds like we're like down to the wire for it. Obviously, we're not going to come to a full agreement on it. Hear a little bit of sarcasm here.
I can definitely. I have been thinking about it recently. Try to push back on Denal.
I don't care if you do that.
Well,
it's not about you. It's
beyond the
me
point.
trying to do better. Okay. I'm fine.
Do you have anything final to say?
Go this long?
I mean, it only went about an hour. That's about what y'all said.
Yes.
Yeah, this is literally the allocated amount of time that you set for it. So this is
right.
About an hour. So, if you don't,
we'll go ahead and thank you guys for coming out and talking about this. Maybe someone somewhere.
I'm not even
saw
gonna
something.
look at. You want to bring up my tweet just real quick? I can explain real quick.
Okay.
The one I brought up. I'm seeing if you're giving me disgrace.
What?
Okay.
Wait, what's he talking about here?
Okay.
tweet?
What? You actually didn't know that, Lamau? Here's him lying, pushing abuse allegations. The victim didn't want to be made public because he had a grudge against the guy.
I don't see what tweet he's talking about.
And I put it
can-
inside chat.
Can
And
you- Vincent,
showing
nobody knows what
animal
you're talking
gore
about,
to
man.
minors.
Can you send us the tweet? Can you send
I
us the
put it.
tweet? Where did you put it? Can you just be a little clearer?
Did you put it in general? Did you put it in?
I put it inside chat. Okay, it's not loading for me right now.
I don't think you can send messages in that side chat.
No, it's a
I think-
link to the tweet I'm talking about.
I know. I don't think you can send messages in the live stream side chat because it's locked for both of us.
Okay.
Unless you have more
yeah.
roles than
Okay. I will put it
Let's
just
see,
in.
the talking pig and Vincent
Feed the
walking through
pig.
bar. Feed the pig
Okay.
works. Feed the pig works.
Okay. Okay.
Where are you putting it?
I'm bringing it
And
up
feed the
now.
pig. Okay. You're okay. I'm just trying to understand why you added showing animal gore to minors. It's not in the video
Wait.
that you show. I'm just curious
It's not in the video that
that you link.
it is, Vincent. Can you go down to that video?
Yeah, go to that video.
Hold on. So let me.
I
Hey guys,
can
welcome to
find
the
it.
A Space, and today we're going to be talking.
Whoa, shut up.
And-
Sorry.
Sorry.
Can you
10 seconds in.
excuse me, Vincent? Can you do me a favor, Wargaming Dad, and can you link that to my DM so that I can show it in my chat?
Yeah. Here, I'll
Or actually, if you're gonna watch the video, I'll just show.
Space, and today we're going to be talking about a guy named Mythical.
It's fine. Hold on. Wait. So Vincent, to be clear, essentially what you're doing right now is
Hold on.
You're just bringing
Hold
up
on.
another allegation towards me and deciding that we're talking about something else, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me a
Just to be
moment.
clear?
I can't hear you over the Twitter was playing over
Okay.
it.
All right. That's fine, Vincent. But so
Explain
anyways,
yourself.
So to be
Well,
clear
yeah.
here, Vincent, you're essentially like just bringing up a brand new allegation now and bringing up something new. Is that correct?
I don't want to take too long. It's good to correct
Is that correct or is that wrong?
what?
That you were just bringing up
it's-
something
it's
totally different,
co-signing.
separate, and new.
It's co-signing.
Okay, so
this video.
Wargaming Dad, what I want you to do is I want you to go to the YouTube link there. If you just press like perfect.
Mhm.
So now we're gonna go and look through the sections.
it's around 12 seconds.
Doxing.
Dox threats,
Animal gore.
animal gore. There you go. Isn't that crazy? It was in the video. Let's watch it.
I want to move on to the last
No,
one.
I'm
which
talking about
involves-
showing gore to minors. I'm not talking about the doxing. And
So
even
go
by
ahead and play the
commentary
video.
standards.
Let's play the video and let's see what he says about showing animal gore, shall we?
Okay.
him with animal gore. So this is something that happened around a year ago and only came to light as of recent. So essentially there was this rumor going around that Mythical showed animal gore in calls. So how he went about this is he would use OBS on Discord calls to replay a GIF over and over again with things that, you know, you don't even get the consent to see. It just kind of like pops up without even like you wanting it there or not. So how the allegation would go is that he had this one GIF replaying over and over again of a pig getting decapitated in call. So at first this rumor was being spread around by two weirdos with barely any credibility, and there was really no evidence to suggest that Mythical did this. So at first I kind of thought it was just a lie, and that's why like I asked him a while ago about this, and he said that he didn't do it and was just shocked that it was even a rumor to begin with. But what started to spark my curiosity is I briefly talked about the allegation, only saying it was animal gore, but when I said it around one of my friends, they fully remembered it verbatim of what the allegation was. So naturally, I was curious because I didn't even have to tell him what the allegation was in the first place to even hear him say it word for word. So naturally, this led into a call that was like a confrontation to basically see like his side of the story of it. Now, he kept repeating over and over again that he didn't really remember like the whole details. In fact, he would even say things like, I mean, I don't really remember doing any of it, but I don't think I did. So this call was getting like really late and ended up going for a good couple of hours. So just for these next screenshots to make sense, I did end up falling asleep because it was like, what, 1 a.m. for me? But for just in case, I kind of got him to loosely admit it in DMs where he would basically just be like, apparently I did it. I mean, I guess I did it. However, what I was not expecting in that call is that when Krillix basically came in, there was a totally different animal gore situation.
Just right there, he's admitting he did it in the video.
Yep.
And
that was done in a server.
I'm taking a
excuse me, hold on. I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond real quick. I'm going to respond real quick.
Okay.
Thank you. So No, yeah. So that was done in a server with minors in it, and that's been confirmed like separately, like on different occasions. And I'm almost positive that it shows it in the video, or says, even if it's just like a loose line there.
No, I'm pretty sure he says he doesn't do it around.
Okay, then let's
minors.
watch it.
Okay.
That I had no knowledge about. So essentially, just for some context, back in like Near and Psycho's server, when Mythical was in there in the early days, he had 3 different deer gifts of gore. One apparently getting shredded.
Near and Psycho's server was not age-gated, by the way.
The other one get hit by a train.
Oh, I'm sure. Did you see what their friends said about them?
Turn this part up.
Oh, hold on.
God.
And stop interrupting the clip, Vincent, that you want me to show. Thank you.
Where is my extensions? Where did my fucking...
Why is the mythical pig gore drama being brought back up? That's all Vincent, buddy.
Okay,
I don't know what to tell you.
Mythical.
I have my extensions.
Because there's new information about fucking Psyche and fucking Brother Near, okay?
No.
I can't get this turned up. Hold on.
Okay, it's fine. You actually explained the logic. Okay, I'm fine with it now.
Great.
Okay, you explained you believe that he showed gore, and that is a mission.
Well,
Okay, I understand the logic. You believe
So
that it was
do
the
you-
minors.
Do you still have an
Okay.
issue with it?
Not as much of an issue. I wish
Okay.
Ace would have put that in the video.
We don't know that he
And-
didn't because we haven't showed the full video.
And
I don't trust your
people
word
can
on
go
it.
watch the video.
Yes, they can. Or
been
he could
watching
show it. Yep, we've been watching
Okay,
it.
you can you can
Let's-
continue to watch it if you want.
It might be
Okay.
hard. All right.
I wish I was recording. Oh my god.
It would be a shame if someone was, man. Now, what makes that worse is he was defending showing deer gore for like 15 minutes straight in the call. And there was even moments he was defending like this gore showing as just dark humor and just edgy humor of his. But yes, of course, these naturally were all the reasons why I eventually ended up cutting him off. Like what Krillic said earlier, maybe some of these would be defendable like individually. However, like these are all just like together, clumped together under his name. So I really can't defend it. So it's just really a shame. But on that note, I think I would like to try to like wrap up the video. I think I've said everything I needed to say. And I just want to thank you all guys for coming to check out the A space and hopefully you
Okay.
enjoyed the video. Remember,
Okay. So basically, it
That's
comes down to that server that he mentioned is one that's not.
Yes, non-age gated, had minors in it. There were minors present in that call. That was, yeah.
So,
Yep.
Vincent, you can.
Okay, I
Problem,
agree.
Issue.
I have. It's fine. You have reasonable belief to believe that minors were
Okay,
exposed
but-
to.
all right.
Great. So
this
to be
gore.
clear, you tried to pile on an additional, like, accusation towards me that was outside of the realms of the debate that you did not tell me about ahead of time, and I just
No,
wanted you
I
to-
just
correct?
wanted.
Okay.
Just out of
hold on,
I just
hold on.
wanted to know your logic for saying there's
Whoa,
minors
whoa, whoa,
because
whoa,
it's
whoa,
not
no,
in
no,
the
no,
video.
No, no,
That-
no,
The
no,
minor
no,
part is
Vincent.
outside of the video.
That's that's
Okay.
you're irritating me a little bit because that's not. You brought this up as a gotcha, right?
Correct.
We sent
No,
you
I
the
actually
message
wanted
about the
to know.
CSAM, but when you brought it up,
And
when
you
you
spent
just
an
brought it
hour
up
with
now, when you just
talk,
brought it up
Vincent.
now on me, you told me that you specifically said,
Okay.
why do you believe that he's showing animal gore to minors? Where's the proof? You're
Yes.
making an allegation, just like the other tweet.
Correct.
No,
made
I'm
an
asking a
allegation.
question. I'm literally asking a question, War.
Oh, I'm just
He
asking
answered
questions.
it, and I'm satisfied.
questions. Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay.
Oh, dude. I'm
Clarification.
arguing without even
People should
trying,
ask
man.
more
Come on.
questions.
Well,
When
wait,
you-
okay.
This is
So
so
what you're
commentary
telling me,
max,
and this
man.
is, yeah, what you're telling me is like you just out of nowhere decided you wanted to talk to Vincent or to Himpleton on this clarification that you wanted.
Yes.
At the same time,
Yes,
we're
yes,
having
like
a
I
discussion about the very same
Co-signing.
situation.
A co-signing
It's
thing.
crazy convenient,
Okay.
isn't it, Wargaming Dad? And it's just like, you know what it's just like? It's just like these people who like are like Holocaust deniers, and then they're like, I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking
No,
questions.
you said there's minors. It's
Yeah.
not included in the actual video that minors were exposed to the gore. That's the only question. You told me that it
Okay,
wasn't
but-
age
but
gated. You have a reasonable belief on that.
We're circling, but you specifically brought up this situation because it's just like the other tweet, right? That Himpleton.
It's definitely
like, only it's
if he was-
Himpleton. See, the difference is that what you're trying to do with this one is Himpleton's the one doing the co-signing, right? You're the one
Yeah,
that we say
yes,
co-signed
yes,
because you
yes,
didn't.
yes.
Right,
and I'm
but
not going to spend. I'm
it's
not
not-
going to spend another hour trying to press him. He gave me the answer to what I asked. Okay. I'm
Ace
satisfied by
is actually happy to call in and show you the proof as well.
Oh,
that
yeah.
this was done with minors.
I'm sure there is. Okay, it's Brother Near. Let me not get into that. That would take too long.
Okay.
I have videos on Near. He joked sexually.
Okay,
with,
so I just want to put on
minors.
the record that I am like willing and able to show you this, and you are refusing. Just to be clear.
Refusing what?
To prove his.
To
To watch
no,
the
I
proof of
believe.
his point.
No, I know about Near. Okay, I know about Near and Psycho, and I do know that they kept minors around. I thought that was an issue back a couple of years ago.
Okay, then why bring up this post at all on this stream?
Correct.
Because the actual video does not actually exhibit.
It's because he thought he could get it. Gotcha. And he
Okay.
couldn't.
I mean, that's what it sounds like to me from my side without him saying that. Ace, if you want to jump into, if you link below is my Discord. If you do want to jump in and, confirm it, you can.
Okay.
I mean, what this comes down to, Vince, is like you just have to look at what you're tweeting, right? Like, there's no reason to even give this one against Himpleton any weight whatsoever. This Denali person, right? Much like no one, if no one really cared about the tweet to begin with, and it's insane freaking allegations, who cares about what you said in one call about it with that tweet? Just ignore accounts that are giving these wild accusations unless you're gonna go on the defense, right? That's just me from a moral standpoint.
Video, and it just brought back that sort of memory of mine, and I tweeted about it. It was irresponsible tweeting. I disavowed my previous irresponsible tweeting.
I would love to see the Dickers allegations that Vincent wants to bring up. There are allegations against Dickers that you want to bring up?
No. What?
Okay.
What? Where did that come? Your chat, I guess.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. It came from my chat. That's why I'm wondering. This is genuinely just me asking a question. This one's not charged in any way, unlike yours.
No, I'm not taking it in any particular way.
Okay.
Freaking hell. I'm just going to drop this. Get this back on my screen. Make some messages.
Okay. So are we done at this point?
Yeah, we're done. Okay.
All right.
I mean, I'm glad I got the clarification, and I do understand your position. I think it's ultra autistic, but you're right. It does present a very small chance.
Wait, why do you want Dickers on your stream?
I invited several people for a panel that I've actually scrapped a little bit. Okay.
Why'd you scrap it?
Because I found something quite interesting, and if I can get a certain perspective from someone, that'll be awesome. Okay, on the record.
What are you talking? Why are you vague posting?
What is it? I mean, we're all on stream here now. We could talk about it.
Yeah, we're all on the stream. Like, are you about
we
to?
We can move on from y'all's debate into the subject that you want to talk about. I'm fine with that.
No, I need to start a group chat. I need to invite people. And I think you guys might be a little scared. Okay. Give me a moment.
Why would we be scared? What are you talking about?
I said an hour. Okay. And we've gone through this.
So you're just like vague posting?
Sort of. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, also, since you like agreed with us here, like, why is your response tweet still up?
Small chance. Do you think I should mitigate any chances?
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you hold
it is up to
you
me.
just established,
okay, life is risk. Okay.
If you held up to the principle that you agreed
I also believe in being transparent.
Tweet, right?
Okay, judge me for the slight what is it called, risk it poses to you.
Okay. Well, Vincent, I'll let you go off to do your weird vague thing that I'm supposed to be afraid of for some reason. It was very strange that you said that I'm going to be afraid of it. But
no. Yeah, vague post, and I'll leave it at that. Okay.
I mean, I feel like there's no real reason. Okay.
All right. Have a good night, Vincent.
Yeah, get felted. All right.
Jesus.
Wargaming Dad, thank you so much for moderating this. I really, really appreciate it, man. You're a great moderator. And
yeah. First
you know,
moderation,
was,
we'll say. It was an interesting talk.
Well, I think you did a good job, man. And it was a lot of fun. And, you know, I really appreciate it, man. If you ever want me back on for any reason, you just let me know, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing. It's back and forth. You have anything you want me to talk about, I'm more than willing to jump on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. You have a good rest of your stream.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that went fairly well, besides the fact I feel like Vincent was, I don't know. I don't know what Vincent is thinking with that side of it. Like, here's one thing I get, you know, that I can say is like the tweet went nowhere, right? But that's not the point that Himpleton's trying to get at with it. I'm going to go gather 10 other people and we'll be back with terror tactics. Oh, goodness. Welcome, Ace Space. Are we going to talk about Kodiak? Yeah, I think we're going to go finish up some of the dramas in there. Kodiak, one, because I want to specifically read the sex pest allegations, because from my understanding from the first time, it was not really well founded. So I'm wanting to see if they brought more to the table for it. So we'll be fair. We won't jump to conclusions on on any of that. Bro, maybe I'm missing info, but they could read the tweet. So I wanted to talk about this one, Simon, that you're talking about, like from people just reading it. Yeah, you can say that they're just reading it, but even with we'll say Vincent's particular post on that one, right? That obviously hit a nerve in Himpleton somewhere. It's not really clear what he's even talking about in that situation. You could read it and come to the conclusion that, okay, maybe it is the video at the bottom, right? I could come to that conclusion, but it's in, like, why even send it on this particular tweet? And as said before, most people don't read shit. They just see, oh, there's the title. Let me go look what people are saying in the comments about Himpleton. Here, I'll go ahead and pull you in, Andres. What's going on? What's going on?
Hello.
Hello. It was an interesting first hour, I thought.
I was actually mainly streaming Pacopia. I did have this in the background muted, but like I will admit that I could not tell you what happened in that debate. So,
well, it's sometimes like Vincent, at least with like as long as I've known him, he's an interesting character because there are things that will like spark his brain. So like when we mentioned DGG, right? That spawned him off into a
Destiny's fan base, right?
Yeah, Destiny's fan base. You know, that spawned him off into
I think there's a streamer called DGG as well. So I just wanted to make sure that was the one you were talking about.
Yeah. Hold on, cancel. Is there someone else in my waiting room?
There was a few seconds ago.
Oh, hold on. Maybe it's because I actually read stuff before checking the comments, but maybe I'm the minority there. Yeah, you usually are. Like people who dig more into, like, I think what Vincent was saying was like that most people do read through all of it, and the normal person would come to the conclusion. Well, that's not true. Most of the normal people wouldn't. It would be the people like you and me and commentary bros that look into it more. Hold on. Maybe it's because he's not friended with me. There was someone else who wanted to come in. Yin. I can get the Ace creator because at this point it's trying to slander Ace Space. I don't know if you're still in there, Ace Space, but if you feel slandered, it wasn't really so much on Ace as it was, you know, this idea that he was trying to, like, I could be okay with him not understanding, and I'm still rambling before we get into the other stuff. Like, I can be okay with Vincent not understanding how his tweet was. Who's this? Oh,
just decided to like switch over to my headphone microphone. Okay. So just haven't had a chance to like make myself anything for dinner. So I figured I'd at least get started on that.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to like disappear entirely.
Gotcha. We are gonna try and finish up the rest of Chibi reviews. We'll see how that goes.
There is one other name that's going to show up in the Kodiak document that I've found some very interesting things. I won't share everything for the sake of avoiding like derailing the stream, but I'll share one of the more unique things when the other person's name comes up. It's not Akuma Miko. Before you ask like, actually that reminds me, do you have anything like planned for next week?
I'm supposed to go on K-Huck's podcast or show.
I mean, like on your stream.
Not necessarily. I haven't looked into anything. If you've got some stuff, especially like videos and things like that, or if you want to come on, we can talk about.
Well, actually, this is about Akuma Miko, since I've actually got a few of her victims who'd be up for like coming on and like letting you ask any questions about their experiences with Miko.
Really?
And I've also got some evidence. So, just give me like a time and just give me like.
Well, reach
Wednesday
out to me
at 7
after the stream, and we'll get it set up. Like we could do Wednesday. Wednesday we could definitely do.
All right.
And go through it. All right. But send me the info. I like to read up on some of the stuff first, so that I have questions for the victims.
I actually put the thread on Akuma in the Feed the Pig channel already. So
good. Hold on, I'm pulling up. I say I'm pulling up. I keep meaning to pull up. There's the Chibi reviews. Where did we have it? We had it in. Boop. Oh, there we go. That's perfect.
There's also something that happened with Kodiak accent and that doc dropped.
Yeah.
At least one thing I know of.
Yeah. Updates. We like updates. Yeah, here it is.
It's actually something kind of similar to something else that's brought up in the document. And it might take me a second to bring it up.
You're breaking up a little bit on me.
I forget if I keep on forgetting. It might take me a second to bring it up since, it's only because I have a hard time remembering the spelling of this particular VTuber. Or maybe I saved like a bookmark.
Yes, damaged. This is our next subject. I wish I could read some of these better. Like, okay, maybe we can. All right. Yeah, I'll look over that stuff. We'll go into it. Before we get to anything updated, I want to try and get through this here. So we got e-dating, sex pest behavior, Sylvie editing was right, takes one to know one. The timeline regarding this part has been sparse, considering Kodiak had been involved in going for women online plenty of times. This involved him sending his IRL photos to girls in the space. Everything will be listed here with dates applied. Sending a VTuber his IRL things as a form of eye candy. Okay. Look on mod chat. Don't read it out loud.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Kodiak does not send any nude. There's no nudes in this doc.
Oh yeah, thanks, Kimoji. I appreciate it. It's not, but I appreciate it.
Like I actually read through it myself, and he doesn't send anyone else photos of his little bear, so to speak.
Oh yeah, so there's no evidence of him showing pictures of his little bear. Well, at least bear with me. I never have my shit together. We'll know that for next time. But no, that one was actually my original. All right. So we've got here, since you gave me eye candy, thought I would return the favor, cutie. Night, night. I swear I replied to this earlier, but the favor certainly has been returned. Okay. LOL, a good woman claims it. It's yours, but I have to at least have a date first. Don't mind an e-date. By the way, I really want to see your RE9 upload. Do we have a... And then as much fun as an e-date would be, it'd be obvious you have feelings for Naveen, and she seems to really value you. Okay. I'm flooding you with eye candy because I wanted to flirt with you. Enjoy the flirt. And this is on messages. Okay. So far, kind of weak. Like, okay, this is cringe, right? I wouldn't call him a sex pest. E-dating and sex pest behavior. This one, she even apparently sent him stuff first. There are other people who receive the same attention in the DM styles of Kodiak. However, they won't be named nor shown here due to them not giving consent to be added here. Suffice to say, there are multiple people getting flirted with by Kodiak. He is treating VTubing as a form of e-dating platform, not knowing... Okay. Yo, is that Naveen? This one? E-dating. And would express their no instead of thought a nicer way. What?
Funny story about Neven.
Neven, is that how it's pronounced? Have I been saying it wrong?
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
But like, he's actually tried to like he's actually a pretty big simp for her, and well, on multiple occasions it's blown up in his face. Like there was I may have mentioned this the other night, but like there was the whole old McJuggernaut against fiasco where like he outed himself as being very anti-abortion, which wouldn't be notable, except well, the thing is, if you don't know, and I apologize if I'm like repeating myself.
No, you're good.
Judaism is like probably the most pro abortion of religions, and well, Neven actually does hold that stance. Like maybe there's like some orthodox, like really hardcore Orthodox Jewish sects that oppose abortion, but as a general rule of thumb, from what I understand, Judaism actually does value the life of the mother. And well, the two of them got into an argument.
Oh, over specifically abortion?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I think I remember you saying
like,
something
my stance on
that.
the whole McJuggernaut thing was that, like, he didn't need to share that. Like, he could have kept that to himself and just said, like, looks like I'm not going to be a dad anymore, and just, like, not bring it up, since, like a miscarriage is something that does happen.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you can say too much. But I mean, he can also state his opinion on if I don't know exactly what happened, obviously, but if he was just stating his opinion that he didn't agree with the girlfriend getting an abortion, he can make that statement too, right?
Yeah, but like, I'm not saying he can't like have that opinion. It's more just like the fact that it blew up in his face. That was really funny. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, if you're going to make a political opinion like that, people are going to mention their political opinion about it too, right? Especially one as controversial or as visceral as that particular one. Due to this culture, a lot of VTubers would express their no instead through a nicer way, sometimes even coming up with an excuse to avoid it. This did not mean that you could just send multiple VTubers IRL pics of you to flirt. This would generally be fine if you're trying to court one woman. Oh God. But doing it to multiple women in a short time frame that makes you like a playboy, it's hypocritical. I don't know that. Maybe he's just trying to cast a wide net, right? Side note from co-author, Kodiak went after Saikuno for the same kind of attitude, claiming the moral high ground he doesn't have. Oh, did he? I mean, that's a different thing because he's showing, like, yeah, if he's going to be talking to multiple women, but he has a problem with Saikuno, who was, dating and messing around with multiple women, yeah, I would say that's a hypocrisy you can call out. Saikuno has a girlfriend, Kodiak doesn't. True. That is a good point with it. Casanova of the Casanova of VTubing. I mean, in the long run, if he's reached, like, there's a lot of times when you're in between relationships that you may be talking to like one or two people, right? So, could there be some flirting involved with that? Sure. In some cases, there could even be sex if both, if all parties are okay with it. Before like you officially choose dating or one, it can go any way, but I don't know that that's like I wouldn't call that like sex pest material that he's throwing his little arms out there trying to pick up a ladies. It's not like he's sending dick pics all over the place like, hey, who wants to fuck? This is not okay considering you kept ranting on Twitter about women treating men horribly, but then you're doing the same thing back by sending multiple flirty pics and such to a female within only days between of each other. Finding a partner means commitment. If you can't commit to on, this was written by a woman. If you can't commit to one person only for a few weeks or so, then stop. Yeah. Even on the female side, like this is very common. You're not usually like initially talking to one person. Well, I mean, you might be. You could meet one person and go with it, but sometimes you meet multiple people and y'all are getting to know each other, right? Not just jumping into a relationship, but you go on a few dates, do things like this, e-dates if you want to be, cringe like that. So I don't really see this in particular is even needing to be in here whatsoever. Like, if there was more to it, like if these women were telling him to stop and he said, and he kept sending them flirty messages, that's one thing, but just sending a message, like, and the problem is like one of his examples, she sent something too, right? Obviously very PC stuff because he sent her very PC stuff. At least now we can picture why your partner left you. I mean, there could be a lot of reasons why his partner left him. He was in the military. Military have like the highest divorce rate over any other group.
Funnily enough, my dad actually has been married to my mom since, and the two are very happily married. Although then again, he didn't really meet her until after he left the service.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been married to my wife 13 years now, and we met while I was still in the military. I was only like 5 years in or so, and I retired from the military. So she was a good wife, but that is it comes down to it's a hard life for anyone, right? Because I left for years or more, a year or more at a time, and was just gone, and she had to take care of everything. Once when she was like by herself, and then once when she had kids. So there's a lot of things that people sacrifice on both sides that can cause people who are less strong, we'll say, to do it. He's not a pest, he's just a twat. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with collective or angry Jersey guy. Good to see you in chat.
Funny story, there was actually a time where Neven was calling out someone who was sending her dick pics, and Kodiak basically posted a tweet which said he would be willing to do that, but he didn't necessarily do that.
No. That's interesting. I'd like to see that tweet and how he wrote it. Yeah, that sounds like him being creepy in the fact that he likes her and he would like to consensually send dick pics to her. I would assume he's not. Is that it? Disrespect and insensitivity. That's all the sex pest stuff? how old are you, Kodiak? Because the VTubers we're talking to have some of them are around 20 plus years old, so we're talking about some of them being fresh from college. Did you ever think to ask their accurate ages? Or God, she's trying to do the. She's
I
trying to
found a
do.
screenshot of the tweet of the exchange I'm
Okay,
thinking
yeah,
of
yeah.
that was taken from Dicker's stream.
Oh yeah.
Put it on. It's in the Twitter or Slop channel.
Twitter Slop channel. Got it. Got it. Boop. Just Twitter Slop channel. Okay. Here we go. That's funny. Copy image. I thought you were cute until you asked my number, just so you could send me a picture of your tiny dick. Now I remember seeing this one. Now it confirms it's not me. Awesome. Have fun with your prey, Nevs. So you're upset because it's not you sending me dick pictures? What exactly is wrong with you? I mean, yeah, that could sound a little fucking creepy. I don't know why you would say that specifically. But I remember when this was coming up now because she had mentioned it and everyone thought it was him. A little Freudian slip. He wishes he could have sent her dick pics. That's funny. This one might have been a better one to put in here than what they've put in. Also doesn't help that he is sending goon material / eye candy with IRL pics of his arms. I even fucking mentioned earlier that considering how much he uses AI with his VTuber, that he could easily made some actual good material of his VTuber. I mean, so far what we've been shown is that he's sent pictures of him in his military garb because, women love a man in uniform.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's sex pest, but I would say that is harassment.
No, I wouldn't even call it harassment. I mean, if he sends it once to them, is it harassment? No. If they say no, and he keeps sending it, V-gooning instead of VTuber.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like it would take a lot. I mean, it's just... To me, there's no weight to these sex pest allegations, and there might be someone out there. Yeah, it's just weird and cringe, right? The military picture thing is hilarious, and they're usually like 10 years old. True, he is definitely not in his 30s.
Something that I wouldn't put it past him, but I can't really say he's done it until I actually see evidence.
True, right. Well, I mean, we have the little Freudian slip, which is funny to laugh at. But we don't have any actual people coming back and saying like he sent dick pics. He's not sex pest. He's just a weird creep.
Although, funnily enough, like he's very anti-lewd tuber. Yet, and for a while, he was on the record as saying that Fifi was one of his favorite VTubers, despite the fact that she's one of the biggest lewd tubers I can think of.
Jesus, I mean, he's in the VTubing community too, right? That whole thing is there's tons of people who do lewd stuff within that space.
Yeah, like just be a faceless streamer if you. Who don't want not to be associated with lewd content.
Yeah.
Also, he's very into AI, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I've seen his stuff. It usually looks like garbage when I see it. Like I've gone in and looked at the details on some of his military uniforms that he's got, and it's like the patch doesn't show anything. This doesn't connect to anything. It always looks terrible.
I mean, if he's going to use AI to generate stuff related to his military service, why not just like use like fictional stuff? Like he's a fan of Destiny. Use patches from that franchise instead of like real world stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's go through this part next. Disrespect and insensitivity. This should be more interesting. Yeah, you did. Q. You have to go back a little bit to listen to it. It's usually guilty reflection. Look how Smash is all about morality, and he was blowing up Destiny FOMO's inbox. Yeah, exactly. Kodiak has, throughout his time in public eye, shown a pattern of disrespect towards others.
I wonder if the stuff with Camilla will come up in this part.
Maybe. I don't even know that, but hopefully it will. Honestly, the only
She's this
LewTuber...
Lebanese VTuber who's actually got a pretty sizable audience, and well, let's just say that's something that I'll save for what happened and if it comes up.
Okay.
If it isn't mentioned at all in the doc, I'll explain after you're done reading it.
A number of situations come to mind. The most engaging on X was an infamous comment on Camilla's tragedy, which alone is
literally what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Is a tremendous example of a pattern of disrespect and the sheer insensibility of the unchained predator. Not once, but twice in 3 minutes, mind you. Okay, let's see what happens here. So, I'm guessing Camilla tearfully reveals... Oh, yeah! Camilla tearfully reveals she lost family members in the strikes on Lebanon. 160 bombs within 10 minutes, destroyed so many. I have several of my first cousins die and my dad's nephew. Just a lot of people that we knew, just like that. And then he says, your families are part of the world affecting millions, Camille. I do feel for you, but your family needed to fix its own country. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean,
that guy's an asshole. Like, if he tried to approach me and ask me to like work on a video to him, I'd immediately tell him, go fuck yourself before. Well,
he's
just because of this.
He's so absolutely retarded that he still has to say, like, he's so politically cucked that in this situation where a person has lost their family.
I don't think anyone would have complained if he just kept his mouth shut.
Yeah. It's a douchebag thing to say. It's like you should have kept his mouth shut.
I would not be surprised if the only reason like he's taking that stance is because he thinks it'll get him in Neven's pants.
No, he's taken that. Well, it falls under the same people that he follows.
It was Israel who launched those rockets, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just that, right? Like, you got to look at everybody he follows, Tectone and...
I know that, but like I'm saying, like that was... I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the main reasons.
True. That's one of the several reasons, because that's the kind of side of the aisle he's on. But I don't even think a lot of people on even his side of the aisle would say something like this, right? Like, Kamoji's right. Why would you even say something? Just keep your mouth shut in this situation. Your family lives somewhere housing terrorist groups. They use your family as human shields, cowardly. I am keeping you in my prayers. This is like that fucking person that tells you that you're a horrible individual. They'll keep you in their prayers, but you're going to hell. It's insane things to say. Like, there's one thing about being like an asshole. There's another thing that's taking someone's actual like misery and death and twisting it to for your political view, right? That's pretty funny. The reaction was instantaneous. I remember that. Doubling down is quite the understatement as a true warrior. And here's the thing. You want to talk about it, like people mention his military side of it and things like that. Most military soldiers, at least the ones that I've met, aren't all about kill them all, do things like that. Many people I knew had friends who were in Iraq and Afghanistan that while they were running, they met people there. They became friends with people there. And they still managed to have, relationships and friendships there. And when they left, they wouldn't suddenly go, well, that guy lives there. He should have fixed his country, right? They're sad if they see an area of the place get bombed that may have their friend, or even if they hear about their friend dying from something. It's just insane that you would be so politically cucked that you just feel like you have to say something on this. Oh, hold on. I'm doing something here for my benefit that I should have done earlier. Boop. There we go. Windowed. That's like hearing a soldier died and someone said, oh, well, they signed up for it. Yeah, that's a good point, right? It wouldn't be okay if someone, who would normally call... Like, it wouldn't okay for like the babysitter people or the not babysitter. What was I trying to say?
I would not be surprised if Kodiak is at least botting a few views.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's like Westboro Baptist Church, right? That's kind of what it reminds me of.
That's a name I haven't heard of in a long time.
Yeah, I know, but I always think of it's a very apt discussion. It's him going to this person who's had family and friends die and saying that their family and friends were awful people, right? That's what Westboro Baptist Church did. They went to grave sites of soldiers and said they were going to hell because of gay people. Botting, you say, engaging in some fraud speed. It's how you make it, right? We all know Tectone does, and he's friends with Tectone, so I also hate this. I also expected hate for this, but all I see is a bunch of people who have never been a part of warfare. Yeah, I have been, bud, and you're so fucking far off base that you need to go rethink your life. At least you can flex it later to your 19 viewers. Let's see what is the average on Twitch. 8. I'm doubling that. Goddamn. That's pathetic. Absolutely, I am a US chud. You're not, though. All I did was give Camille the truth. This is very similar to someone else we were listening to talk about how, well, when someone asked me about their art, I told them the bad things that they did. Well, it's like, well, no, they weren't really asking for that, right? It's all about reading the room, I'll say it again. So I don't know what he's saying there. That is awful for her to lose so many family members like that. If she has any remaining in Lebanon, I hope they'll manage to leave the country. I hope the rest of her family does. Disgusting animal. Like I'll take it. Jesus Christ. Nope, wrong answer. Guess again. Not a drop of Jew in me. Okay. You might not be Jew, but you might be like an allied goy, right? Get a little goyim in there. Get a little bit of that money.
Yeah, he would have been fighting for the independent state of Croatia, if anything.
Yeah. So you're just such a suck their cock, maybe go fight their wars. If you like it, it was instead I did under Obama, but you didn't
I don't think Kodiak read this correctly, since if I'm reading that correctly, he's saying he served in the IDF while Obama was in charge, which isn't the case.
Yeah, he's trying to conflate the Iraqi war to the current war that's happening right now, right? And the genocides in Gaza and all that freaking stuff. Yeah, he's completely not seeing the difference in the situations. And also, when we went in, we didn't just bomb down entire. Well, I mean, we did. There was a lot of cases of stuff like that.
Well,
but it wasn't level an entire.
Kuwait, for example. You didn't hit Iraq's neighbors. I don't think there were any reports of Syria getting hit with friendly fire, for example.
Yeah, and we also spent a lot of money
on Syria being bombed by accident, for example.
Yeah. And also, there was an attempt to try and rebuild, as wasteful as a lot of that money was. There was also
I'm pretty sure that the initial invasion was a success. It's just what happened afterwards was not so good.
Well, so the initial invasion, there really was no ROE to speak of when they went in, because you didn't know what was going on. It wasn't till later that more stricter rules of engagements were put up. Now, I mean, there are obviously cases of places getting bombed or civilians getting killed. Things happened on an individual basis, but it wasn't a complete leveling of all the cities in Iraq because there may be terrorists in there, right? We sent troops out and we hit the places that we had intel on and different things like that. We did roaming patrols. We say we. I was never in the Iraqi war. I was not in direct combat. I've been in other places, but as the U.S., right?
Hey, that's another thing you have in common with my dad. He was a supply officer in the Navy.
Nice. Yeah. So being killed over actual terrorists. Yeah, it's quite ironic how someone that allegedly served in the military can't tell the difference between a civilian family being killed and over actual terrorists. Yeah, it's kind of that thing where like, well, they shouldn't have been born here. Why'd you even respond to this? This guy has to respond. Like, why would you even respond to this?
I think he did have some kind of response, but it was more like a, nah, this isn't true sort of thing, as opposed to like a thorough debunk, which honestly, if I had been covering it, I would have just thrown up my hands and just say, I give up on this.
Yeah. Yeah, sure thing, bud, sure thing.
One of these days, his attitude is going to cause him to pick a fight with someone who will actually be able to hit back.
Yeah.
And he's going to suffer immensely. I guess the only question I have is who.
He's calling everyone a Quango.
What does that even mean?
It's a semi-public administration body outside of civil service, but receiving financial support for the government. So basically Hamas is what he's saying. He's basically calling everybody Hamas by using a word that doesn't even fit. Like, these are just people who are calling him retards. Like, the girl's family wasn't fucking Quango, right? There's no proof that they were part of Hamas. They were just civilians caught in the crossfire, right? And the argument that people give about, well, you should just fix your own country. Yeah, they generally can't. Like, one, supplies are awful. Two, outside forces are funding these terrorist groups.
His family was like the ruling unless Camilla was like related to the president. There's fire alarm went off at my apartment.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. Like,
yeah, is it British language? It is British English. So American that he's using British. That's a good point. Yeah, like, he completely ignores the facts that make these countries what they are today. Like, let's talk about Iraq and Afghanistan and a lot of these places. And do you know the organization we were fighting, right? The Taliban. Do you know who created the Taliban and funded the Taliban? The United States of America. We sent special forces in when the Russians were trying to take over Iraq and the Middle East. And we funded the Taliban so that they could fight again. Oh, yeah, excuse me, Afghanistan. Sorry. We funded the Taliban and put them in the power they're in.
There's a very strong argument to be made that we could have won if we just didn't do anything aside from maybe give them some guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Afghanistan is known as the graveyard of empires for a reason.
Yeah, true. But that's the whole thing. Like, these groups are being influenced by much powerful outside forces who are never going to let the people just build up their country. That's never going to happen in any of these, right? It doesn't matter if America were to completely pull out of every Middle Eastern country we're in. All it means is it's going to create a power vacuum where other forces are going to come in and influence it, right?
If it's not the U.S., it'll be the Chinese.
Yep. That's what's happening with Africa now. Though that was the Europeans that did it. Yeah, try fixing an old school Muslim country, right? The ceiling bird is chirping.
Yeah, that's my apartment. I'll put off my mic until it stops.
No, you're good. You're good. It's only coming in. We only hear it when you're speaking. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to interact with people like you more. I mean, making a fool of yourself online. Commander in Quaff, I literally followed his orders. This guy is fucking cucked. In this case alone is quite eloquent, but only one occurrence does not make a pattern. But okay, yes, we know he's vitriol online. This, I would say, by itself is like the worst occurrence, unless they're going to show off more. I won't be on for a while. Have fun, internet. For the love of God, Kodiak, do your research. You are coming off as not having not only a huge tourist, but also incredibly ignorant. One, I care about you. Stop assuming that everyone will agree with your endorsement, especially when you completely blindside them. You are drawing unwanted attention to people who do not want it, particularly when one of them have been targeted to the point of making the account private. Okay. Is this his reaction to the call out was at first to call for an online break, which he seems to do all the time. He seems to like to take breaks online. It went for 4 hours before he posted again on social media. But how was it truly behind the scenes? An absolute shit. So Kodiak started a wage a war against his entire mod team, including his head mod and manager. I don't know how this happens. Like, how does this happen? A discussion that he then aired out to the rest of the Discord in a dedicated drama channel in order to rally his community against his own mods. Okay. I'm liking the sound of this. I wish I could read it. Can I just make it bigger? I guess I can't. So you want to fix it then, maybe start listening to those who are trying to help you, and maybe, not try to speak for everyone and communicate with people on things before you make a post again. All of you seem to be missing the point of the whole thing, with Vex is pulling me in 600 directions. Let's make one thing clear, Ross. DJ picked you. I did not. That was his call. You wish to be this way.
The fire alarm stopped at my apartment, so...
Oh, nice. You should be this way while I'm going through this. It's fucking petty. It's kid shit. And you continue. So what I hate about it is, like, she's explaining the Discord mods, right? Everyone wanted Afghanistan to happen that year, retard. Okay. And true, sure. Fuck the people who died on 9/11. They should have stopped the U.S. government and Israel from terrorizing the Middle East. I mean, it's a shit point, but it kind of falls on the same thing that he was saying, right? Like, it's the other side would see it the same way. Over a span of months. So what is this in reference to? This, where is it? Person that he is going at here. What was the name of the person? Kodiak started to wage a war with his mods. And you continue when others advise you to avoid Vex. So who is Vex?
That would be Vex Milk.
Uh-huh.
Well,
so
she's a female YouTuber who's someone harassed by pretending to be him. She jumped the gun and, well...
So why didn't they explain that here?
I think they go into it later.
You hear Ross again later. Okay, so they're arguing back and forth. Don't tell me how to handle a situation that happened to me. Stop it. And yet you continue with others advise you to avoid Vex. You started to not harass her, and yet you continue to tag her continuously to get her attention, which can be seen as harassment. No. At least from an aspect of how things go, it sucks and shouldn't, but let's all remember Tectone and what happened to him. I'm trying to help you because I don't want what happened to Tectone to happen to you. See, don't make it a fucking demand. Stop telling me how to handle it. You are not handling lawyers and trying to find another job or blah. Okay, woe is me. you may hear about Rosso again later, since Kodiak's new mod team decided to rush his replies. It surely deserves some spotlight in one of the upcoming sections. However, despite the things Kodiak had been trying to say publicly, the situation was already approached by the former staff with proper understanding beforehand. Staff tried to approach everything with a more calm explanation and proper institution, but considering the situation going on right now, it's most unlikely that Kodiak took the advice to heart and even read them in the first place. Seems like I missed a lot. We are not telling you how to handle the situation from here on out, but I'm going to go hands off for you do. If you decided to tell everyone, no one is helping you. It's on you. Good luck, Kodiak. Seriously, Vex Milk is not a big bad villain that you think she is. She is the saint. But hey, you do you, brother. It's not like I've stuck out my neck to get doxxed potentially.
One other thing I'd like to mention
in
about this. You know the Nuri mentioned?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, she actually went by a different name previously. Succulicious. She also happens to be a pedophile.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
And she's like refused to like prove otherwise. Like the funny thing is, all she'd really have to do would be just like post a clip of her voice, since Succulicious used to be a VTuber. Hell, I happen to be friends with a former mod of Succulicious's. If Nuri was able to post that clip, I would gladly go and vouch for her, saying that she wasn't. But
yeah,
but she actually locked her account when those allegations came out. So I'd say that they're probably true.
Maybe. See, even this, the problem with this falling flat on me is, from what you've told me so far, is it was someone pretending to be him. She jumped the gun. He's now mad, jumping it on her, saying what, it's not him. I'd like to see what he said to her. That would help out a lot with this. Hopefully they'll bring it up later, not just his mods going after him. Like the putting this together, like, I don't know this drama. You need to catch me up on this drama. What happened with this, and explain how wrong he was. But it seems like they're leaving out these parts because it'll make Kodiak look worse that he was just yelling at his mods, right? I think the thing I feel like with Kodiak when it comes to a lot of this stuff is, a lot of this, he can't shut his mouth and he says stupid things, but people want to throw a lot of allegations on him that just don't seem to fully match what they're saying, right? Yeah, you can say, like, up here, completely unhinged behavior. Even some of the most unhinged people shouldn't say it.
I actually think that if like someone got him into a debate and said like and asked him just like a bunch of polite questions that were seemingly unrelated, he'd probably say stuff that it would incriminate himself out of frustration.
Well, true, but that hasn't been done yet. Everyone just kind of throws the allegations there, right? Kodiak even asked the mods before to hold him accountable as well, to which he tried, but only got hostility in return. I mean, it depends on what they're trying to hold him accountable for. Obviously, there's a disagreement here. The issue is not just Ross and DJ voicing the same thing. I think the entire team is, with the exception of Chef. You'd say that it's kid shit. See, but like here's what I'm getting at with it like this. A lot of this is the responses back and forth to the mods, but what was said between him and the mods. Ross, one person is already down. How many more of the team? These are mods saying things about him, reducing your time on X. Basically summed up that I think the situation, we're not voicing things for the future, fun shitting on what you do/say. We're voicing concerns, nothing more. Ross pointed out your own words. You told us quite some time ago, already expected for us to hold you accountable. When you do out of line, this is okay. I'm having trouble reading it because I'm small, but I'm getting that. Like, none of this is saying what he said, whether you choose to do it or not. Stop talking about Vex. Okay, here we go. This might be it. The goals behind voicing our concern is not to control what you do, but to give advice concerning the long run of what will go from it. reducing your time on X was mostly because it's really fucking toxic platform, and considering what you've been and still go through, it can't be bad to avoid some of the unnecessary toxicity. I mean, that's just touch grass is like a basic thing people say. Stop talking about Vex was for 2 reasons. The first one, because the more you talk about her, the more her minions will clip, screenshot, and that can be used against you. You know it will at some point. The second one is close to the first. It's because just like she did, and still do, the less you talk about during the potential lawsuit, the less ammo your opponents have. Think of Tectone and how he got fucked over by the fucking courts because of his addiction to X. It's the best example I have so far. But what is this lawsuit? Like, why am I not seeing the meat of any of what this fucking lawsuit is, right? For all I know, all of these people are retarded and they don't know that he's not the one that messaged her, right? And if he's being, falsely accused, he has a right to say something back. He may say it retarded.
I think what happened was Vex said Kodiak said he was going to hit Vex Milk with a defamation lawsuit, and
oh yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, he actually pulled there's been accusations that Kodiak pulled a Chippy Reviews.
Like what? Asked for money for the lawsuit? Because I think he did that for money,
moving, but hasn't actually gone through with it.
Yeah. I mean that's something you could talk about. Like there's nothing in there about them saying that, hey, you probably shouldn't, like you may not have grounds for a lawsuit here, right? Because if she didn't know, like you're trying to prove that she didn't know that it was him that was talking shit.
Well, I think it was more like someone impersonated Kodiak and like sent a bunch of sexually harassed Vex.
Okay, right, but that's not him, right? And
and the thing is Vex Milk's story actually does make more sense if you view it as from the lens of just trying to figure out if how many just started factorial, and like I'm trying to make sure like I didn't accidentally I didn't make more or trains of one type than I meant to. So
yeah, that's fine. Oh, here's my thing about it. Like, and Ryan's like, I don't feel sympathy for Kodiak at all, especially after disrespecting Camille during her tragedy. Yeah, I think you can hate him for all that, but I'm not gonna like. This tells me nothing about the situation that's happening, just that he's having an argument with his mods. I don't know really what he's having an argument over with his mods, right? It seems like they're having an argument about something, and if your mods are wrong and he's right, then you know what's going on. It sounds like from what I've just heard initially from Andres, from what I'm reading here, that she
doesn't help that like there was actually another set of similar accusations from a British VTuber named Kiwa Kamuri, I think her name was, Fox Scorpion VTuber, and it was pretty similar, but I don't think they bring that up in this document.
Oh, interesting. Well, and even with two of them,
she
right?
did comment in the original in the replies to the original post, so you know what? I would not be opposed to like trying to reach out to her and see if she'd be up for coming on and talking about her experience if you wanted me to.
Yeah, I'm always willing to talk to people. Like my thing with this is if she didn't know at the time, like I'm trying to be gracious to both sides.
Yeah, here. Like my stance is basically she made the mistake of jumping the gun, and like if you want to like criticize her for that, then okay, fine, but like it should not be something used to ruin her career, or which is what I think Kodiak and his fans are trying to do.
Well, obviously he wants to do the lawsuit, and it's probably more under like people feel that way because he's he's from his side of it. We're gonna do a little Kodiak defending here, not a guy like, but like from his side of it, what he's saying is this person is saying that he sent all these sexual messages to her. That's all the information he has, right? And she's come out publicly and said that it's him. So because of the brain way he's thinking,
Although
oh,
she
she
did actually
absolutely is
retract
trying to
back
smear
her
me.
allegations after like he basically said, and it wasn't me, and did provide at least a little bit of proof.
Yeah, well, that's probably like his wrongdoing. He should have provided some proof that it wasn't him, and well, at least showing that like these are my accounts, not this account doesn't match mine, because there's usually something you can tell that's different, right? And then she would have retracted it, would have been over with. But because it's Kodiak,
no, she did retract it no, oh, like she did actually retract it after, or like he did provide I had some proof that the account that sent it to her wasn't his. But like that's the thing, like I don't like, since she did retract it, I don't think he has grounds for a lawsuit, so that's why I said he pulled a Chivy Reviews.
Yeah,
who's in like
true. Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Even if she hadn't retracted it, there's not necessarily a grounds for it, right?
Yeah, like also it's not like Vex Milk is a huge VTuber. Like he'd need to prove that he lost employment, lost monetary, suffered monetary damages, but he didn't lose either one of his two sponsors.
Yeah,
there's the Dragon's Tea or Dovey, so I don't think he really has a case for that.
True. Well, there's that, and then he has to prove it's malicious, right? And obviously, it sounds like she actually thought this person was him.
Yeah, like that's where I think the lawsuit claim fell apart. Like if Dovey had dropped him, then okay, that could count as monetary. But unless as one of Vex Milk's mods leaks that there were like DMs where she said, "Oh yeah, let's ruin this guy's life," there's no way he could prove it was malice on her part.
Yeah. But basically, like what they're bringing up with this specific side, they've kind of lost. They've lost me, right? Because at that, at the time of like these messages, and he's arguing with his mods, he is under the assumption she has brought these allegations that he's a sex pest and he was sexually harassing her, and all of these things forward, right? So he's defending himself, which he has a right to do. If someone were to come out and make allegations against me, I would fucking say something. I don't care who they are. I would also probably reach out to them though in the background and be like, hey, look, this is my account. These are not me. So I don't understand what his mods were trying to get him to, like, don't do anything with Vex. Well, she just claimed he was sexually harassing her, right?
I think they were telling him that he should just like drop it, since at this point, like he's kind of just kicking a dead horse.
I mean, if he kept going on and on and on about it, sure. If this is like after the retraction, then sure, right? If she's already retracted and said, "Oh, she's wrong, I was wrong," and he kept banging on about it, then sure, right? But if he doesn't know,
that's what he's doing.
Okay. They don't show that at all here, right? They don't show the date of her retraction.
This doc is very questionably structured, I'll say.
So, like a timeline for this little part would have been nice. Like, hey, this is what she said. This is what happened. This is where she retracted.
I do think that they bring it up later in the doc, since that was like after I stopped reading it on my stream.
Gotcha.
So maybe we'll get.
We're like halfway through. Let's break it down. The old Monty didn't leave because of the kiwi farms. We left because we were tired of it. Yeah, this is kind of his thing to always go after kiwi farms. He's got like the Kefalitis for things against you, even when you
funny story about that. Like, the VTuber Nyara?
Yep.
She arguably has a better relationship with kiwi farms than Kodiak does, since someone actually put some pretty damning screenshots that were revealed to be fake up on kiwi farms, and like,
yeah, I remember
Nyara
that.
is trans, and you're probably aware how kiwi farms does not have the highest view of trans people.
Yeah.
But when they found out it was fake, they actually voluntarily took the screenshots down and even deleted her original thread. So, oddly enough, they actually seemingly have been kinder to her than Kodiak, despite the fact that in theory it should be the other way around.
Well, not really. Kiwi Farms is like, yeah, there's probably more people.
I mean,
don't
like
know,
Kodiak's a
political views.
transphobic shut. I was more saying like the two group, Kodiak and Kiwi Farms, are on paper on the same side, but they aren't.
Well, the thing that most people get wrong about Kiwi Farms is it's not like one entity, right? It's a variety of different groups. We have a group that is, I follow the Alyssa Mercante case with Smash JT. We've got threads being made about like both of them. So, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
The only thread I really find myself visiting on Kiwi Farms on a regular basis is the quarterings.
I wouldn't say I visit it on a regular basis, but I do go through like if I'm learning
it's the only
about
one
someone.
I've visited more than once.
Gotcha.
All the other times I've been to Kiwi Farms, it was usually just to see if X person had a thread.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never posted anything on there.
Gotcha. Is a kill on site. Kodiak was in the crosshairs of Kiwi Farms for over a year. He taunted them. He claimed he was about to take them all on. He made himself into a little cow. Yeah. Yeah, that's the difference. Is he kept taunting them and bringing them on.
Chris Taylor Brown syndrome.
Yeah, I mean that's Keffels right there too. That's what she did. She was going to take them all down. She tried to take them down.
No, I'm saying that like because he's clearly headstrong.
Yeah.
Chris Taylor Brown is the lead singer of Trapped.
Yeah.
Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, the band that literally peaked on their first song.
Yeah, one hit wonders.
Technically, they've actually gotten more than one hit, but like Headstrong's literally the only song anyone knows about them. Like back in 2020, they were pretty much a punching bag for like the music community of the online.
Yeah. So why did they bring up? Okay, they should have put all of this stuff about his mods with the Vex stuff. Should have been fucking down here below this. If we're talking about the Vex situation now, suspicious lawsuits, angry shit posting. On April 18th, 2026.
I could think of to why they might have done this out of order would be like this was meant for people who are more familiar, with Kodiak, which if that is the case, okay, but
you should always. If you're going to make these documents,
under the assumption that like someone who doesn't know about him is reading about this.
Yeah. You should always assume that people don't know. You dumb it down for them, Barney style. On April 18th, 2026, Kodiak TV was dealing with a serious family emergency. He was on a flight to Kentucky after one of his sisters was injured. Don't give a shit. While he was in the air and largely unreachable, a impersonator sent Vex Milk a threatening, vulgar email using a spoofed Hotmail account that appeared to come from Kodiak. Okay.
So it was a case where he unfortunately fell for like an imposter.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Vex is completely in the right. Like she could have at least waited until he was reachable and then reached out to him. But although then again, and Kodiak went to Vex's server and he was like his usual hostile self, so he didn't exactly make things easy.
Well, I don't know that a lot of people would if they were blamed for sending this. Hotmail.
No, like he got upset that people were just like behaving.
Why is this message in spam? Like she's showing that this message is in spam, which is already a red flag. We'll see. Let's keep reading. Unhinged, absolutely unhinged message. I mean, I read this and I would immediately be like, all right, this is a fucking troll, right? Vixmill, apparently believing this email was legitimate, publicly posted screenshots of it on social media. The post included identifying details about Kodiak, which quickly drew in her audience. Members of her community reportedly contacted Kodiak's real-life workplace with this information. Oh, counterpoint, woman. So, hold on. Did she accidentally dox him?
Well, actually, funny story about that. Like, he actually linked to his personal Facebook page like some old shorts he had.
But
so, like, like it's not like she would have been the first person to make the info available.
Yeah. Vexmail apparently believing it was posted and identifying information that
Now,
contacted
granted, I have no
Kodiak's
way of
real
knowing
workplace.
if Vex knew about that, so it's your guess as to if that was a factor in her not censoring his name is as good as mine.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big oversight considering she's a VTuber and probably doesn't have any of her personal information out there. I always go with don't put people's personal information out to blast to your audience, right?
I mean, I have covered at least one person whose like name was as outed by people who spoke out against them. So like in that case, I'd say there is a bit of gray room since, well, if someone decides to look up the post, they'll find out the real name. But in this case, yeah, Vex should have censored his name just to be safe.
True. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She should have. I mean, to me, she should have known better. Whether she thought about it or not is completely out there.
Like
but
like I would say that I have a more charitable interpretation of Vex than some other people. But this is one of the reasons why I can't, in good faith, entirely say she did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Well, you can see too where like from my side coming in completely like whiteboard to this and not having known any of this drama. Like it led to her putting his first, whether he was, doxxed previously or not, her putting it on her Twitter caused him to be fired from his job, right? They contacted his real life workplace.
I don't think he's ever actually provided proof that he was fired.
True.
Or like I think he only said that happened, but he didn't like actually like show like a pink slip or anything.
Well, I mean, in the U.S., you're not generally going to get something that says you've been fired.
Or like
usually
a letter of termination.
Yeah, so a lot of times you don't even get that, depending on where you're working. If he was working like some low end job, it's just like, all right, bud, you're done, get out. He might get his final paycheck. Honestly, she knew what she was doing. You think so, Kimoji? I mean, I would, coming from out of nowhere, even hating on what's his name, fucking the bear, hating on the bear, Kodiak. I would, this whole point on her side would be like unhinged, right? I'm not going to just say that because he says insane shit online that he's lying for this particular situation. I don't know that you never, would you trust someone else who came and said that in any other situation?
Basically, Kodiak, Vex X should have handled things differently, but Kodiak does not exactly make it hard to believe the allegations. Like this should have been something that he seriously. He should have stepped back and re-examined his allegations, his actions online. Like at the very least, he could have said, "All right, you know what? I'm not going to be as combative on Twitter or over this
because he got doxxed or because he lost his job."
Well, no, not that. He's because of how unlikable he was. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of a few people who said I don't care. Yeah, I can believe this without even seeing any action, without even hearing him out. Also, there was another case where a different VTuber that Kiwa Kamuri made similar allegations against him, but I don't think he ever responded to those.
Okay. And those didn't seem to blow up.
Yeah, they didn't really bring them up in this document, which I'm actually kind of surprised is the case.
Yeah. Well, this one,
it's not
obviously more happened to him, right? If it was just someone saying that I sent sexual messages to somebody and it's not going anywhere and causing a big stink, I don't care. It wasn't me. If they really want to come find out, they can come find out, or maybe I go send something in the back end and be like, hey, that's not me. Here it is. It's still it's to take this and then post it all over so that he goes and loses his job. I can see where he'd be pissed off, right? And it doesn't matter what his content style is online, right? He shouldn't have to feel like he's going to be punished for fake stuff, right? Even if you hate the guy, he shouldn't be punished for what he says online based off of false information, right?
Yeah, well, my point is like I'm a bit hesitant that he lost his job only because, well, the only source is, dude, trust me, and well, I'd say that's not the most reliable source. Like, I understand that it's a bit hard to prove but I'd like at the very least like something more than just like I lost my job, since he could be lying through his teeth when he tweeted that out.
Say for me with that, no matter who it comes from, I'll take it at basically face value. I'm not going to necessarily like go out of my way to sympathize or anything like that.
Fair enough,
but
like,
yeah, I'm not going to say that he's necessarily lying, right?
I wouldn't entirely be surprised if like this was more like the last straw, but his job was looking for other reasons to terminate him.
Could have been. That's true too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm being silent.
I mean,
but
granted, why they didn't just fire him for being a difficult person to work with, if that was the case, is actually a question I'd like answered.
A lot of that is assumptions. We really don't know what it was like at his work. It could have been that they really loved him, but because they were getting tons of phone calls, the company is just going to immediately, like even a small company who likes you is just going to be like, all right, we're not dealing with your online, like this online stuff, right? It's pretty much anybody who does this kind of stuff online has that risk if you have an off job that someone says something, whether it's true or not, and it gets back to your work, and whether it's true or not, your job will more than likely fire you for the pure reason that they don't want to deal with it, right? The job company getting the email like it's the golden ticket to the chocolate factory. We've been waiting for this.
Although that would have been funny if it was the case.
It would have been, yeah. I'm sorry for being silent, but Vex Milk is doing defamation right now publicly because of the impersonation issue Kodiak was having while he is away from his device already since 2:16 my time.
I also I'd like to know if like Kodiak publicly said that he was going to be away, like if this was like a time where he normally wouldn't be on the internet, then I would say Vex Milk does have like a lot of leeway. But like if like his last post before this happened was, hey, I'm gonna be on the plane for like the next X good amount of hours, so I'll so if you want to get in touch with me, just wait until then I would say Vex has less ground to stand on.
Yeah, well, right now I got to assume there wasn't one because they're not showing it here. And they're in fact showing that at least people that knew him were saying that he was. Vex received her email at 10:09 a.m. for me in my time, converted zones, blah 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 blah, plus 7 hours. Oh, and I'm not done. Kodiak is currently on Kentucky. That location from the email is not in Kentucky. I am this pissed off. So this guy's kind of like trying to say that he's got proof that this is where, he knows where Kodiak was. Also the VPN part too for the retarded, he used VPNs comment. Technically there's VPNs, but Kodiak's not in a nice location right now to use proper VPN stuff, since he is supposedly supposed to be away from his main device and such. There's only a few actual working VPNs for the phone, in case someone tells you that he can use his phone. Yeah, here's the thing with this whole situation is like people are trying to go to great lengths to say that he did it. Like, okay, we're gonna so what it seems like people are saying is that he got on a plane, and since he knew he was going to be on a plane, he used a VPN to fake his own email address to then email this chick this message as himself. Like,
like Cosmonaut Variety Hour review of the Star Wars prequels. It's kind of reminding me of his rant about how Palpatine's plan to fake Padme's assassination. Like, Palpatine sent a man who sent and a shapeshifter who sent a robot who sends to kill Padme. And if you really want to get pedantic, the robot sends some bugs.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's
what like the thought process I'd have to go to if I wanted to say Kodiak did in fact do that.
Yeah, with me, we got to go with what's probably the simplest answer: a troll, because we know around this time that he was constantly challenging Kiwi Farms, spoofed an email address
honestly,
that looked
my
like
policy
his.
on Kiwi Farms is as long as they don't actually bother me, I'll just leave them alone.
Yeah, I mean, in most cases they don't, right? They do. For the most part, there is the don't,
I mean, if they
don't
want to
play in
like
the
post
poo.
my videos in the thread, then okay, but I'm not gonna like actively go out of my way to like contribute.
Right, but kind of the point I'm making
I mean,
is
it's not
like,
I mean, it's not even like I could like do anything to stop them from posting my videos, since like it's not like there's a blacklist I could put on my YouTube that would say do not let at posts on this site embed at videos.
yeah. Well, like my main point is
I don't even
that
know if something like that would be
he's
possible.
like, the simplest answer really is a troll decided to spoof his email to send
Yeah,
this
like
unhinged message, and it just happened to
honestly,
be
I
while he
think
was
that if
on
I
the.
I'd just like tagged him and say, "Hey, Kodiak, is this you?" Ooh, like that probably would have gone over a lot better.
Yeah, but before just sitting, I mean, and when you look at it, like from me looking at it on her side, it popped up in her spam, which means she would have had to go into
Yeah, like
spam. Like she looks in her spam for some reason, and then why is this in spam? And then she read this
I
message and
mean,
was like, "It's
in her
Kodiak."
defense, she could have marked it as spam, although I don't. If that is the case, why not just archive it?
Yeah, it just seems fishy. Now, I'm not saying that
It's like
she did it on purpose. She may have very well thought that it was like Kamoji said, counterpoint woman. Yeah,
like
and
my
here's
stance is that basically this was just an unfortunate situation and for
yeah,
everyone.
yeah. You'll and see here's more people that are like, it's trying to, in case someone tells you that he can use his phone, yes. Also, it got so bad that I will be censoring the people's shit on Discord to prevent impersonation of them as well. Fucking hell. I mean, it seems pretty clear, like just from what I've seen, that they like just looking at this email, I'm like, yeah, that's probably not Kodiak, right? It just seems unhinged. And then we find out he was on a flight. Friends are, or fans maybe are confirming it. People are trying to make up VPN excuses.
In Vexbook's defense, I don't think she and Kodiak had really interacted with, so it could be that she had no idea about like the impersonators.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say whether she believed it was an impersonation or not, because I really don't know. Like, I know I would look at that and be like, that's not an impersonation, no matter who it came from. Well, I wouldn't even say that it was an impersonator. Like, if I didn't know who that person was, I wouldn't even go look him up, right? Just because why? If I don't interact with this person at all, why would I care about some email address sent by whoever, right? And then when you look at it, it just looks like your typical troll email trying to get someone's attention and start drama, which is exactly what it did, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like the next day. Okay, once it became clear the email was fake, the spoofed Hotmail address was a major red flag, and Kodiak denied sending it. Well, yeah. Filmex deleted the original post and acknowledged that it came from an impersonator and apologized. Okay. I deleted the post with the email that was sent to me last night because apparently it's coming from someone who is pretending to be Kodiak and is not actually Kodiak himself. I don't want anyone to be falsely accused. I posted the email in question because I don't believe that anyone who sends that kind of threat deserves to remain anonymous. But they did. Right? If you had thought for like a second about it, yeah, they did. The person who did this stayed 100% anonymous during the entire interaction. But if it's causing harm to someone who is innocent, it's not worth it at that point. Leave Kodiak alone and worry about the one impersonating him, apparently multiple others. The email is being used to send these disgusting messages needs to be investigated. I also never accused anyone myself of anything. I posted the email. Okay. Address, the message from my post only said okay. Right. But you're saying okay to this email address, right? Like, it's pretty clear. Like, you're not making an accusation, but you're putting the accusation out there for others to make. If you didn't think like there was an accusation to make, you wouldn't have sent this. You may have reached out to him and been like, "Hey, this you, bro," and confronted him about it. So I didn't tag anyone and point fingers. I've showed the name and email address associated with the messages itself. That's not an accusation, but you did put his name out there with, his email address, which is what caused him to lose his job, right? So I'm not going to say that you are a vindictive person. Sure, allegedly. I'm not going to say like she's an vindictive person that did it, but she did something that probably did cause harm or could have caused harm. And either way, you
unintentionally.
Yeah, it's still unintentionally. It could have been unintentionally, could have been intentionally. We don't know, right?
Yeah, like I think that the thing that would really sink any possible defamation lawsuit is intent. Like, this is a scenario where I could very easily believe that she like panicked, since she had actually up until really recently been battling cancer. So
yeah. Oh, she was
stressful. Yeah, fortunately she beat it.
Well, I mean, that's good, but that doesn't like, it still doesn't, like, I get it, stressed out, going through something hard like that and things like that. I'm not saying, like, again, I'm not saying that she did it on purpose. It wouldn't matter what was happening outside of her life to give me, allegedly she had cancer 6 times. I mean, it's possible people can have it, but that seems a little excessive. Man, it's just that this is even as like someone who, like, I'm obviously not, I haven't been on YouTube long as a streamer or anything like that, but I understand the strength of a name, right? It's almost like magic. Someone's name, you have power over them. And how it can give people other information for other stuff. Like, Kodiak's claiming that it could have, it's causing him distress. It's causing him allegedly losing his job. Her being a VTuber and having her name and stuff not involved, she put the guy's name on blast.
Like, honestly, if this had been like where it ended, I would absolutely say, yeah, screw her. But then there are people who are like accusing her of faking her cancer, and like that's actually kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth, because that, like,
well, has she posted medical records of it?
She has.
Okay. I mean, I could see
not
where
only that,
people,
but, well, as I mentioned, like Succulicious was one of the people. The main names.
But even with all of that, like, to me, like, you're always going to have that online. There's always going to be people that say you're faking it, especially if you say you've had cancer 6 different times. Yes, it is possible. It can happen. People who have had cancer before are likely to have cancer again. But it doesn't bring up
people who've like met her IRL and have vouched for like seeing her scars.
But that still doesn't have anything to do with like her making the choice to put someone's name on X because of what may or may not be a real email. That's kind of my fault, her fault on this side of it. Right now, we're going to get to what Kodiak is doing after this, because it's obvious that she retracted her statement. However, the damage was already done. People argued that posting the unverified email with personal details, especially without giving Kodiak a chance to respond, directly contributed to real-world consequences. Supporters of Vex Milk countered that she received a credible-looking threat and acted in self-defense, but many of the broader VTuber community saw it as reckless. VTubers are even weirder than I thought. Thanks, Collective. Yeah, I agree. It's a different world. Well, here's the thing. Like, it's hard to say about the real world consequences. He has said that he could, and if he did lose his job, there is monetary value that he could possibly sue for. But he still has to prove malice, and that's where like it'll probably not go through.
Fall apart.
Yeah, it'll fall apart because he has to prove that she sent that email knowing that email was not him and wasn't things that he said, right? So that's where it kind of falls apart. Like at the best, I can say that she's reckless by sending this email, right? Because it has the guy's name.
Yeah, that's a fair stance.
Yeah. Kodiak later stated that Vexmail had doxed him by sharing his real name alongside the fake threats. I mean, that's what everyone says. His name, technically not doxing. Said,
like he posted his own info in those like in his like personal Facebook page.
It doesn't mean it's a dox.
Like, yeah. Like I'd say, like if I was going to defend NVEX in like a video, I'd say, hey, you already made your info available to the public. Like she didn't do any more damage that you hadn't already done.
Yeah, but you can still
I'm not saying that like excuses her, but like like I'm saying like I don't think he has as strong of a case as he wants to.
Right. Well, like I said, it comes down to the malice side. That's always the hardest thing to prove. And proving that she maliciously did it to go after him. Right. Other points out that and here's my thing, what they're saying about this, though. We're like, yeah, it's technically not the word doxing, right? It's not legal doxing, but she did post it to her public platform. That would have spread it more. Obviously, it did spread it at least enough that Kodiak responded to it or says that he had issues, lost his job, things like that. So if she would have never said anything about it, right? She would have never said anything about, if she would have never sent the email, his name wouldn't have gotten further out. I would have never known his name. Other people would have never known his name. Only people that go looking for it would, right? So,
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that like he hasn't tried to do the same thing to the person who's made this doc.
So, well, I mean,
didn't cover up her tweet, his name in the tweet either.
Yeah. Did it have her name in the tweet? Hold on. Oh no, it's just her business one. That's fine.
No, I'm saying like it had Kodiak's name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and here he is still having his Facebook attached to it to begin with. So he has terrible OPSEC anyway, right? So like the thing is yes, he has terrible OPSEC. Yes, he's the one who doxes himself in this situation, but you can still say that she was in the wrong, and you can even say that her intent when she said,
honestly, like
later,
that's
OPSEC level got a virus.
Like a prime example as to why you should like create an entirely new account if you're going to do like a streaming persona, since unless you do a complete wipe of literally everything that was on there beforehand, or like it was something that you literally only like watched videos on, people will find stuff that you posted. Like I've actually used YouTube for quite a while, and like I have like an account from beforehand, which I posted a few videos that was just me like screwing around with like Windows Movie Maker, which I'm not going to show since no one would really be interested. But like the first thing I did was create a new account instead of like try and turn my existing one into like my VTuber identity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's something you should do. That's something that people should be aware of when they're going through this. And obviously he has like, he's got the like, come check out my personal Facebook page and things like that. So, and I'm sure, hold on. I'm sure he posts stuff about work there all the time, right? But hers is the one that brought it to the forefront. And she actually admits in this tweet right here that was kind of her intent, though she wasn't thinking of it as Kodiak, the VTuber who she's trying to take down. So that's where I don't think it's malicious. But she does mention that, like, I didn't want anyone to be falsely accused. I posted the email in question because I don't believe that anyone who sends that kind of threat deserves to remain anonymous. So she did admit to saying, like, hey, people who do this, my community should know about them, quote unquote, right? Which could lead to that person.
It probably would have been. she like made an announcement in her Discord server as opposed to like
yeah
like putting him on blast on in a tweet.
Twitter. Well,
Like if she had done that and like someone else had posted about it, then I would say that she could say that this went beyond her control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His Facebook is currently no longer accessible, making it hard to verify exactly what was newly exposed after versus already out there. Either way, the combination of the public call out and fan actions led to his employment being terminated. This wasn't their first clash. Kodiak. Oh, okay. Now that's interesting. This wasn't their first clash. Kodiak and Vex Milk had cross paths earlier during the Advanced GG sponsorship drama involving Rez Desu and Strawberry. Kodiak was
we're basically Rev could not shut his mouth.
Yeah. Was vocal in that situation and had a history of clashing with Vex Milk, and particularly over her NSFW content. So this is where it starts to change for me. And it's changing more towards, this is where I start to question things. Over here, she doesn't think that, people who say this stuff deserve to remain anonymous. But we're talking about before, what was this, April 16th? When was, they don't show times. I hate when they don't show times. When was this done? April 18th. So 2 days before she drops this email, they've been beefing. Vex, the reason NSFW content is viewed how it is because it's DGen BS. You also were saved by a crap company that lied, fails to pay, and blocks people that used to work for them, including me. It's all you will be remembered for. You're a thought. You're a dumb one at that. I am not a pred for having for hating your guts for whatever happened. Your words mean nothing. You're a poison to humanity. End of story. All right. So she gets into a beef with him 2 days before, or she gets in a beef with him, right? Obviously, and she looks like she deleted the post, whatever it was. I don't care what they were beefing about, right? He's a retard, and he was probably a retard when he talks about Rez Desu. But then suddenly, this comes up in her spam email.
I would not be surprised if like she was like, finally a way I can get back at him, but like at the same time, but I also wouldn't entirely be like surprised if this was as like an impulse. A knee-jerk reaction from her. I'd say either is possible.
Proving malice is going to be the hard part in any situation, but like this is a closer step to me believing malice, at least, right? You got into all I said was okay while you posted the full name of the guy who you just recently got into it with 2 days before. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vexy. He reportedly insulted her multiple times, leading to her blocking him. Some former members of Kodiak's community later reflected that defending him aggressively in the past dramas ultimately backfired as more context emerged. Okay. Guess what, at Vexmel, you only get unemployed if you get fired. I also asked my lawyer if I could post this. This is just the web page.
Like that does not really prove anything.
That doesn't prove anything. He reportedly
if he was showing like an unemployment benefits, then okay, that would prove that he was fired, but I could but that doesn't really prove anything. Like,
you think it's funny how Kodiak went into her Discord guns blazing? Did he?
He did.
However, according to the claim of at least one ex-moderator who said there was a witness in Discord and voice chats, Kodiak privately admitted he wasn't actually pursuing a lawsuit against her, but rather against his former employer, and that some of the public statements were exaggerated or untrue. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Okay, well, if that is the case, then I would say that he should just like say a like at least like say he's going to be in court for X days, but that's slightly. I feel that is more going to be easier to prove, and if he really did get fired, I guess I'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a lawsuit. Like we would have probably seen something filed by now because that's all public stuff you can look up. Are you still going to sue Vex? I have been. Love how the internet thinks this is a 2-week process. I mean, he might be suing her. I still don't know how well it would go, but like I said, that knowing that there was this before and then she name drops him. Don't let him get in contact with Legal Mindset or Ron Coleman.
or Nick Rekieta.
Or Nick Rekieta, that's right.
If I was like someone who was at least like on speaking terms and was gonna mess with him, I would actually like point him towards Rekieta just to see how badly it would blow up in his face.
That's funny. Okay, so let's read this one more time.
Honestly, Legal Mindset, I'd say, has been a huge detriment to the VTubing community.
Yeah. According to claims from at least one ex-mod who said he was there to witness the voice chat,
kind of.
Kodiak privately admitted he wasn't
Rob's
actually
Media's
pursuing a
takedown of
lawsuit.
Legal Mindset.
We have to watch one. Yeah. If Legal Mindset was my lawyer, I would actually, because I know I would look so bad. Here is every single time he referenced Vex Milk since claiming he had a lawyer, which could backfire if he had actually taken this to court. Well, what in the hell does the puddle want with my story? Did not know he knew about it. Okay. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, fast gets there. That's such a gay term. I hate that. No luck, all skill. I am mad also. I have to maintain control. This is justice, not vengeance. Batman quote. Hey, this is cringe.
Kind of cringeworthy.
Yeah, but I don't know that this would hurt his case. Bro hug to Blondie, no homo, LOL. Like, what is... The context may make this sound worse than it actually is. If Ronnie C was my lawyer, I'd fly my underwear up to the flagpole and change my identity and confuse the guy. Hey, bro, that's VTubing. Got your 6, brother.
If I was going to like get a lawyer, or Bruce Rivers would probably be my go-to one.
I don't know that I'd go to any internet lawyer. I would.
Yeah, true, but like I'd say he's far more trustworthy than Legal Mindset. Since at least I know, he wouldn't crash out over Tifa's big boobs in court.
Yeah. I mean, this is nowhere near levels. We know a guy who likes to crash out about his lawsuit, don't we, chat? You think you can scare me? Death threats and stupid gifts. You're dumb. You won't get me down, never. All you little...
It's a pity we don't have like a Sephiroth impersonator, because that would be like the perfect voice to read this in.
Right. This is me standing up to you. I am all unstoppable force, blah, blah, blah.
Or Albert Wesker would actually be better now that I think about it.
The Spartan. If only most of these guys knew the Spartans. Juju, I'm going to be honest.
Why does he have to like... Tom McDonald, like the rapper who's so brave he makes bad music on purpose.
Yeah. He's radiating green because he didn't take a shower. Now that's probably true. On a final note on this subject, when Kodiak tried to reach out to Vex about the issue, as he stated, he claimed to have been banned without having the chance to explain himself, where in reality he insulted everybody the moment he got into the Discord. Okay. Well, it fucking stinks in here. How are all you retarded demons doing? Shocked. I walked in here after being slandered all night to all you being silent. Obviously,
I mean, unless like yeah, that's something I don't get. Like, Unless Vex Milk actually posted about it in her Discord first, why would her server be talking about it? Like, if anything, it seems like this was something she kept outside of her community.
Maybe I would have to see like the Discord logs around the time. I mean, if it's something she posted,
Yeah, like I think
someone
that she,
probably
wiped all
talked
the
about
stuff
it in
from
her
around that
Discord.
time.
Yeah. Man, really went in like he was on Normandy, VTubing Normandy Beach. Only problem is the mod gunned him down immediately. He wasn't one of the guys that made it to the trenches.
He got. He was sent to like the 5th beach that no one talks about because everyone was wiped out.
Yeah.
Like I'd say like if you're like the one thing the doc should have brought up is the fact that he refuses to accept the fact that he's a civilian now and seems to think that everything's a military operation.
He didn't survive past the landing craft. Yeah, he was the medic in Saving Private Ryan. Oh God, the one with the canteen. He was the guy walking around with holding the leg or looking for his arm. After losing his entire mod team because of his erratic, unstable behavior and only answer Daddy Kodiak. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't be putting Daddy on there. That's my moniker. Had was the appointment to makeshift Timu mod team to save face.
Why does he use Daddy instead of Commander if he's gonna go with the military theme? Like that's what I'd do with.
I don't. I think that's just what she called him. Has he called himself Daddy Kodiak? I have not seen that. Let's see here. So again, which one is it? Because you appointed someone merely hours later, then 3 more in a span of a week or two. What?
I only have like 1 mod, and that was the only reason I have that mod is because they literally asked.
I have a couple.
Put them on sometime.
Yeah. The same mods that already exhibit the past patterns of aggression behavior, so his mod's bad. Got it.
And funny thing is there actually really hasn't been in a lot of situations that required a mod. Like,
yeah,
there was one where I had to deal with like a spammer, but honestly, I was okay with dealing with that myself since it was in the server I created, so might as well baptize it in a sense.
Yeah.
Someone got their account hacked, so but
gotcha. I have had like 1 person in chat that I've had to ban. That's about it. And I don't think we've kicked anyone out of the Discord as of now. Even nobody has spoken is still in there. There goes without saying, I'm using an alt. The use of an alt account to not know your own IRL friends, just to get a gotcha. I'm mowing on someone. Okay. Here's a couple of screenshots to showcase their behavior. Before even being mods, funnily enough, most of the insults were cast in DMs. Get help, retard. Okay. Tell your mom it's not too late. Timu Riddler is there. That's right. Timu Riddler is there. He's in there. He doesn't ever interact, so there goes without saying. The use of the alt accounts claiming to not know his own IRL friend just to get a gotcha moment on someone also shows that they were already willing to lie in order to push their goal further. JPK Kent being Greenie Wolf's account as well. Which one is it? Greenie, Red, gotcha. So his mods are just awful. I don't really care. I don't know who that is. And now this is their behavior with the power of moderation. They see a thread they don't like about their daddy bear. That's nobody is running recon for Smash, right? That's right.
I think I thought of one possible reason why they might be referring to him as daddy instead of like commander.
Yeah.
Well, you know how like Tipster would sometimes refer to himself as like Daddy Tip? They might be trying to invoke an unfavorable comparison to Tipster.
Maybe.
It's a stretch, I will admit, but it would be funny if that was the case.
So I'm gonna kind of skip over this mods part. I don't really care that he has awful mods.
Yeah, like that's not exactly like a him. Well, I guess like it is a him problem in the sense like he's a bad judge of character, but
yeah,
I don't think that's what they were going for.
Mm-hmm. Tipster in the big 2026. I heard there's like is there a video out now, or someone's making a video on Tipster?
Gamer from Mars did drop a video.
Oh,
on Tipster.
Gamer from Mars did drop one. Nice. I'll have to go take a look at that. Dude, at the very least.
I will admit that I'm a bit iffy on Gamer of Mars's video on Linkara, since he said it was the worst comic ever, except I'd argue that you can't really say that when Sonichu exists, especially since as bad as I've heard Lightbringer was, Linkara at least did the entire thing for free, whereas there was a point where Chris Chan actually did make some money off of Sonichu.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of feel that, like, if you're only doing it for free, you should be given a lot more charity. Like, there are plenty of dime a dozen bad fan fictions out there. Or, I mean, if Linkara was to suddenly like announce a trade cover of it, then okay, like give him flack for it. But I don't feel it's really fair to like judge him for something he has disowned.
Yeah. So now they're saying because someone's claiming to be a law enforcement officer, so that's bad. Crystal, bitterly sweet. Reminds me, isn't it funny? The first thing taught in law enforcement is how to de-escalate a situation. Damn, you really suck at your LARP. I mean, it's still internet beef. Cops are people too. Greeny Wolf. Angry Papa. He claims to apologize to Vinny. I don't care about their mods. I don't care about the mods. Like, unless there's something like insane in here. It doesn't really look like
like
is.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was just put in there to like fill up space.
Yeah. Here we go. The Bad Bear wrap up. There are many things that we can say about Kodiak, and there are many buzzwords we could sling at him, but that would be pretty lame and gay to do. Instead, what we wanted to point out is how much of a bad actor he is in the VTubing sphere, how much of a tourist he is in every fandom he throws himself into, and how much of a pest he is in multiple women's DMs. I mean, I'm gonna say it now. Like, my final conclusions of this is they failed at the majority of this. Like, the DMs thing is probably the weakest DMs thing I've ever seen. Right?
Yeah, like I'm not. There is definitely something to talk about, but it should not be done by the person who made this doc.
Yeah, no kidding. Used to look up the dude. We defended the dude online in multiple situations where we thought we were doing the right thing, but ultimately he never gave a damn about us or his community anyways. Tourists in every fandom is
enough to make a good doc out there. It's just half of the stuff in here is like not really worth talking about.
Yeah.
Also, like
I would say,
in fact, I'd argue some of it actually makes it easier to defend, like the Akuma Miko stuff. I would say actually makes it a bit easier to defend since, she has a history of throwing people under the bus the second they stop being useful to her. I would actually be very curious to know if that happened here, or if this was a case where she realized, yeah, this guy's toxic, I should not associate with him.
I don't know.
Of course, she has me. We have each other mutually blocked, so I can't really ask her, and I would not want to really like break that mutual block. Even if like she did decide to unblock me, I don't know if she'd really answer my question.
I don't know.
She knows about the videos I've made about her, and she does insist that there's slander. Although, funnily enough, I actually have gotten a few of her former friends to like cut ties with her because of my videos. They're actually friends of mine now. Pretty good friends, I might add.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, when you make videos on people, I can see that.
Them one day.
Maybe. I don't mind. I always like learning new people. As a professional note, I want to throw it in here. Most of us.
there might it'd actually be a debate with Tactical Templar. I might be able to have hosted on your stream.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll host the Tactical Templar debate.
I'll reach out to the
100%.
person who's challenging him and see if they'd be up for having it on your stream.
Yeah, since I don't know them, it'd be neutral for both places. And I'll be fair, even to Tactical.
Hell, she even suggested like a judge, so maybe I could see if like he'd be up for like co-hosting it with you.
Maybe. Yeah, let me know. Send the stuff into my DMs or put stuff in Feed the Pig. You know, just let me know. Oh God, please! I want to see Templar get destroyed. We can try, Ryan. Let's finish this last two paragraphs.
Like, get to pull like a Sam Cedar surprise on Tactical Templar. You know, like someone unsurprises him in a debate and he like runs away.
Has he run away from him? I don't know.
I could maybe see Papa Gut being someone who he's afraid of, but like
I'd rather him stay in the conversation and talk as much as possible, because the more he talks, the more interesting he can get generally. We already saw him debate Ant and how he barely argued at all. Yeah, it could be boring like that too. There are some people that talk a lot of game online and then immediately fold when they get on. Tactical Templar, the
kind of like the quarter against Keemstar, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Let's see.
Honestly, we could like do that as like have them in reserve in case like it gets boring, so that like we could get some entertainment from him like running in terror.
We'll see. Like I said, I'm willing to host it if someone wants to come on, and if Templar agrees, both parties agree, and we'll just go from there. As a personal note, I wanted to throw it in here. Most of us had his back for a long time, and the moment he got recognition from larger creators, we were thrown away like garbage. Well, that sounds a little like you're more petty. Many of us were hurt, devastated, and betrayed by all of this. In a way, we built him to where he Jesus Christ, to where he was, and we can easily take him down just as fast. Isn't that what y'all are doing here?
If this is your best effort, maybe you should find someone else.
Yeah, this has been a pretty horrible try.
I'm not gonna say that like this was as a complete nothing burger. There were a few things that were worth calling him out for, like the Camilla stuff, but it feels like there was a ratio of like 4 nothing burgers for like every one thing that was actually worth talking about.
Yeah, I mean, in one way, you can even draw like sympathy to him for having, supposedly lost his job, if you want to push it that way. But yeah, there's not much proof in here, and not very well put together. So I don't know that you guys are going to be taking him down anytime soon. He is proving in real time that he can't take accountability for anything. He'll just keep lying about stuff constantly, react to content without any context or proper information, and just generally spout bullshit. He'll also continue to claim that he knows everything in the lore of the stuff he interacts with, only to get proven again that he is a tourist.
The stuff you're claiming now probably would have been a better document.
Yeah,
discussion of the document. Like, if you have proof of him being a definitive tourist, why not show it? Like, that would like, if you had proof of him being like a Destiny tourist, that would probably actually hurt him a lot more than the very questionable allegations of him you made of him being a sex pest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You could have gone in on things that are like that, right? You could talk about that stuff, but they wanted to put sex pest in there. When did we start talking about Smash JD?
also, like, they didn't include the one on an allegation of him being a sex pest that I don't think he ever actually like properly addressed. The one with that that Fox Scorpion VTuber I mentioned earlier. Like, you're going to accuse him of being a sex pest, but you're not going to accuse him of bring up the one accusation that he actually hasn't really responded to.
Yeah, they pulled up the one that was pretty definably found to be false, right? The question is whether it's malicious or not.
She actually replied to the post that was containing this document, so it's not like she has them blocked. They could have reached out.
Yeah.
Although she didn't really seem to like know about this based on her response, so
All
I'm
right,
just gonna say that
last.
this was kind of like a wash.
Yeah, this is definitely a wash. I know this. I know the last section of the docu sounds like a broken record, but we really can't stress enough how frustrating it is to have Kodak and back in drama after drama, all for him to treat us like absolute garbage. Hell, one of his
Oh,
old
hey, look, another
mods.
thing you could have brought up instead of him being a sex fest, like his inability to stay out of drama.
Yeah,
That's
that's
something
another
that's
thing.
actually worth calling someone out for.
True, true. Hell, one of his old mods built his current PC, so if it wasn't for us, he literally wouldn't be where he is today. Yeah, that's you're being gay
That would have
there.
been something that would have been nice to
Yeah.
prove. Like
Well, even
even just like
proving that they
some
made his PC, that doesn't necessarily make him who he is, right? I'm doing mine off of a laptop. Like he could have found another way and still gotten to where he is today.
yeah, like I mean, like I guess if it was like some really hard to find parts that like only the
Sure.
admin, only the mod could have gotten, and then maybe that would be a point. But like I could just as easily see a scenario where like he orders something from Starforge and it's streaming and it's undergoing the same drama.
Yeah, it's just though they gave him a PC, but now they're mad because he's a drama farmer, right? He literally wouldn't be where he is today for all the networking we pulled
Honestly,
to
I
make
wouldn't
sure
be
the
surprised
information
if like
needed to
he ends up
push.
getting into a drama where it blows up into his face. Like
It
I
might,
would say that like there, I would not be surprised if like we're back here or in like a year or so re-examining this doc, but for now I'm gonna say like this was not as strong of a punch as they would have
yeah,
liked.
it's pretty weak. It was paper thin, in my opinion, and it just sounds like
Like
this sounds more
maybe like
like
15 pages is out of this had stuff that was actually worth talking about.
yeah, this just sounds like angry mods. They're angry and bitter that Kodiak is this drama creator, right? That causes all these dramas, right? So from all the networking we pulled to make sure that the information needed to push to Kodiak and Vexmal Drama to other creators to get the story out there, you better believe we'll do the same to get this docu to everyone who wants to see it. One more thing to finish this docu off. I really hope for the best of you in the future. To be completely honest, though, you're not a good VTuber, and you lack proper VTuber etiquette, and it shows time and time again in multiple female VTubers' DMs. Definitely screams pest-like behavior. You're also a habitual liar. Everyone knows it. If for some
More
reason
stuff it
people
would have been
don't,
nice if you'd
then they
shown.
will now. Yeah, again, like the pesty stuff you showed way up here. It's this like
I mean, like if they had shown a photo of him sending on like DMs of him sending his junk to someone, then okay, hey, sure, or call him a sex pest, but
yeah, or if he's sending like sexual messages, he's asking for nudes, he's getting told no and still
like
being
the funny
flirty.
thing is
Anything.
that screenshot from Dicker's stream was probably like stronger than anything they showed.
Yeah. People are going after Angry Joe now for his Supergirl criticism.
I think he was like,
yeah.
I think he was actually a bit disappointed, but not like to the extent people like Nerdrotic were. And well,
he's been going at like Nerdrotic. He's kind of crashing out with like Nerdrotic and a couple of the other people. Like just
well, a funny story about that because Mahler actually just released a movie and it's basically Rogue Elements 2.0, and I do mean that as an insult.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't watched it yet. Rogue Elements was pretty bad. Like especially knowing the things that Mahler or not Mahler.
I actually watched this video from this mutual mind called Edgier Than Thou, and from what he described, basically it was like, what if the plane scene from The Dark Knight Rises was as the entire point of the movie, and it was a true crime drama.
Oh, I'll have to watch that.
But with like really bad acting, and not no comic book characters to save it.
Yeah. Disgruntled employees, yes, Kimoji, disgruntled employees. So, well, It is that
Like-
time, guys. I'm actually going to get off stream on time today. Thank you, Andres, for coming on.
Not a
Yeah,
problem. No
send me some of
problem.
that information in the back, and you know, if for any of those stuff, I'll talk to people. We'll have some conversations. I like being bringing people in and talking. So
like next stream's gonna be like next Wednesday at like 7 p.m. right? 7 p.m. PST, right?
PST, yeah, because I'm Hey, I just got fucking raided by K-Huck. Thank you for the raid. Unfortunately, we are done for the night. I know, it's cool. It's cool. I'm actually, that's the first time that's happened, so I'm pretty stoked about that anyway. But yeah, we are, what's going on, Spot? Yeah, just let me know. I'm always willing to talk to people. I always like looking into even old dramas at some point and talking
I'll set
about
up like
them.
a group chat with one of the people also you
Okay.
can like work out the details.
Yeah, we can work it out. So thank you guys for coming out though. I really appreciate it. Sorry to all the K-Huckers that came in. Yes, K-Huck raid as I'm leaving, K-Huck. Oh no. But thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. So it's all right. This is the first night that I've actually gotten off on time, and I'm gonna take it. So maybe next time send them, and I'll be over time. But yeah, Andres, thanks for coming on. Everyone else, have a wonderful day, guys, and thank you for watching.
Day, everyone.
Mm-hmm.